We are live with the Cold Topic Podcast. How's everyone doing? This is episode 4. I'm Sacrabalic, your Envoy of Hope, and I am here with...
John. The other one.
the other John. Not the first John. This is John 2.
I'm the artist formerly known as.
Oh, shit. What's your new name?
Ray.
Ray? Okay. Here with Ray here. And yeah, let's just get right into it. John, I feel like I haven't talked to you in 7 decades. Did we even play Dark Souls this month?
In the beginning of the month.
We did,
yeah.
We really? I didn't remember.
We did. Yeah, we played it once. We got stuck at that part, and now I have to kill all those guys. I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done that yet. Okay. Good to know. Yeah. For Ancient Dragon.
I just worked like 14 days straight, so I've had very little time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's what I've been doing. But I've been watching a lot of movies. So
okay.
That's been like the catch.
Yeah, I did the opposite this month. I did almost nothing, just universally. I made videos, so that's cool. I have my new episode of Water 9, where I review literally all of 90s Sailor Moon. Like all of it. Like all 5 seasons, the OVAs, the specials, the 3 movies. I hit the whole thing, one video. And maybe there's a little bit of another surprise I'll mention at the end of this podcast. But yeah, that's what I did. We both did Horror Month, which we'll get to in a second. But what are you playing right now that Horror Month has concluded?
I haven't played anything. I haven't. When I come back, I'm gonna try to stream this week. We're doing games that I'm thankful for this month. So I have a list of games that I picked out that I'm gonna play. Some I haven't played on the stream. Some that I have.
Okay.
Haven't.
Okay.
So it'll be fun when I get into
it. Do you know do you have the list of games on you right now? I know there's quite a few of them. Okay. I understand you'll be. I understand you'll be playing Mega Man 2 6 times. Is that correct?
6 is a little bit of an understatement. I think we're gonna end up playing Mega Man X2 at least 45. That's the plan.
45 times. I see.
45.
I thought it was like 7. I thought it was like 6 to 8. I think is what you conveyed in your video. So you hear it here first. We got the scoop. There will be an additional like 39 Mega Man X2 playthroughs that are not mentioned that are happening.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it Mega Man X2 month.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
You heard it here first. Surprise! It's all Mega Man X2. Hey, R6 here. You missed the intro. Let's see. Obviously, I did Horror Month, so with me, we're going to be getting back into Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. I ended up taking up Thursday and Friday, so we haven't started it yet, but that is where we will be going in. We got to play a Sora, because we finished Roxas in the last stream. I have started a new thing where I play Street Fighter V on Sundays.
I saw that the last Sunday. I was actually lurking in your channel.
Oh shoot! Okay, well we do that Sundays now. So if anyone has Street Fighter V, come beat my ass in that game. I guess I'll take on all comers. Sweaty Sundays, R6 calls them. Yes. I did not see the Mass Effect remasters. And then we have a new viewer request coming up after the completion of Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise, which almost fucking killed me. Which is the maid's request of Digital Devil Saga Avatar Tuners, also known in the West as Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. So that's going well so far, but that's what's going on with me. You have anything to add to the opening of this that's going on with you? Anything you're doing?
No, not really. I got personal. That's about it.
Okay, personal stuff. All
Yes.
right. All right. So with that, we're
I
gonna
got
go
beer.
on. Apparently, if Arsik was on this podcast, he'd be hyping up next gen to hell and back. Um, so maybe we'll
We
have
don't do
Arsik.
that here.
Maybe we'll have Arsik on at one point. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah, a
guest.
little guess. A little guess.
Have a little guest.
Have a guess. Be our guest. Be our guest.
Okay, so that brings us to the topic of Horror Month, and we decided that it was best for you to kick off Horror Month. So, what was the game you started your Horror Month off with?
I actually started off with Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's
Uh,
Mansion.
Luigi's Mansion.
Professional up
Great
in this
game.
shit.
Launch title for the GameCube. It's just a fun game to just play. It's not hard, but it can kick your ass when it needs to. Just mostly because of some of the older controls.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's like only one real annoying boss in that game. It's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna speak too much on it.
Okay, are the
But
controls like unresponsive? What do you mean by older controls?
so like, it's like a two stick control kind of. You move with one stick and the other
Oh
one's
God,
like
is it like
aiming,
twin
but
stick
the
shooter?
aiming's like only
Oh,
up.
oh,
Yeah,
oh!
it's
I
like
hate
it's a
that.
little weird. They fix it on the remake for 3DS. It's a lot better on the 3DS.
Okay, yeah, I would imagine, but oh God, oh,
It's also inverted. Yeah, it's also inverted. Makes it.
oh, oh my God, oh, that's
Yeah, it's the triple
terrible.
threat.
Yeah, that would be unplayable. I wouldn't be
Pretty.
able to play that. I'd play that for like 3 seconds
I
and
was
go,
like, I
"Oh,
never
I'm
said.
I'm done."
I
Uh,
never said I didn't want you on. I said we'll get you on.
um,
Butthole.
damn, calling out the viewers.
Got him.
But yeah, that's the game where we find out that Luigi is fucking loaded, like has stupid amounts of
Yeah, he is.
cash. Yeah,
Where'd he get
so
it? We don't know.
Mario
We don't
might
know
get all
where
the
he got it.
bitches, but Luigi has all the cash.
One would say he's rolling it.
He is rolling in it. All right. Okay, I guess we're ready to move on to the next one because you didn't want to talk too much about Luigi's Mansion, you said. So next up, I did Silent Hill 3 because I do a Silent Hill every horror month. And this just happens to be the third horror month. So we're doing Silent Hill 3, where you play Heather. She's like the daughter of, I think, Henry Mason. Ugh, hope I don't get that wrong. I sometimes get him mixed up with James Sutherland, but I'm pretty sure James is Silent Hill 2's protagonist. But yeah, you play Heather, and yeah, it's I didn't like it. Yeah, I kind of review at the end of every playthrough, so I won't get too much into it. But I was not a fan of this one. I felt it was just genuinely less scary. I thought the sound design was notably worse. It just sounded like random, like banging and metallic sounds, whereas like, which is weird because the sound design was still done by Akira Yamaoka, who like made
He
a
just gave up.
yeah, it feels
He's
like he,
whatever.
yeah, like Silent Hill 2 sound design was so amazing that I bothered to learn the name of the guy who did it, and I noticed that it was good. And I usually don't give a shit about a game's sound design, so like that's how good Silent Hill 2 sounds design. So when we get to Silent Hill 3, and I'm like, God, this game sounds like fucking garbage. Who made this? And it's like, oh, it's the same person. I'm like, huh?
He just had his 2-year-old sit there with a pot and pan, just dunk, dunk, dunk. Good, we got it.
I feel like I'm wondering if like Silent Hill 2 was a fluke or if he was just like, whatever. Whatever, I'm just gonna throw some shit I have 3 hours to make this game soundtrack.
Yeah,
But,
fair, yeah.
yeah, the monster designs were a lot less inspired. You can't even tell what some of them are. One of them is just like a dude with like big road roller arms. He's just like, "Whoa," and you're like, yeah, okay, that's definitely happening. The game's not scary at any point. The puzzles are fucking nothing. It has all of the same Silent Hill problems you would expect from a Silent Hill game. It's just genuinely not feeling it. There's also a lot less character interaction, and so it's just like you going through like dark parts of Silent Hill. But I think what really got to me the worst part, and this is gonna sound weird, there's no air raid siren when you transition from fog world to otherworld, which has been in the game since Silent Hill 1, and they even like put it in some of the other sequels. And as weird as it is to say, like, I feel like the air raid siren really adds to Silent Hill because it creates this like sense of dread. Like, one, an air raid siren is obviously warning you of an incoming aerial attack, so it's already has like dark connotations. But there's just something to like going down a dark tunnel or climbing up a ladder or getting into an elevator, and then you just hear the boom, 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 and like, you know what that means. You know you are about to go from being fucked to getting plunged straight into hell. And there's like this sense of like mounting dread and ominous like ominous sensation as the siren goes off and you watch the world twist around you into a hellish reflection of reality, as opposed to Silent Hill 3, where you open your door and, oh, I'm in hell. Whoopsie! Oh, I walked through the hell door. Oh, climb down a ladder. Oh, I'm in hell. And because there's no siren to indicate when you're in Otherworld, sometimes it's hard to tell if you're just in a rusted, shitty area or if you've actually fallen into Otherworld. So it's like, wait, am I in reality or am I in hell? I cannot tell anymore. I think I've spent like a significant portion of time in the sewers before I was like, wait a minute, I wasn't in Otherworld? It just gets
more... in a shitty place.
Yeah. I'm like, no, wait, this room just sucks. I was in another world the whole time.
Shit room.
Yeah. Yeah, so Silent Hill 3, I did not feel it. Yeah.
Big surprise, but I never played a Silent Hill game.
Okay, alright. Silent Hill 2 is good. That's what I'll say about Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2, you might have heard that Silent Hill 2 is a masterpiece. Not sure I would say I would go that far, but it is definitely an excellent game, and I do give it a seal of approval. It is about as good as everyone says. Oh, I also...
it's on PS2, right?
Yeah, PS2. There's also a remastered collection, which I hear isn't as good for like PS3 and stuff like that. But yeah, PS2. Get the Greatest Hits collection for Silent Hill 2 if you get it, because they added on a little bit of extra content called Born from a Wish, where you get to play as Marie, which I also did, but I don't have a slide for it because I forgot I did it, which should tell you what I thought about Born from a Wish. But why would you get the less incomplete, like the more incomplete version of the game is what I'm saying. Like, just because Born from a Wish isn't great, like, why would you not get it? You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
No, I feel that, yeah.
So, okay, so we're ready on to the next one, which was your game, which was...
Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah, the game that I played for a solid hour and a half until I gave up. I'm just not good at Resident Evil games.
You're not good at Resident... Now, I loved that fucking game so much when I did it last year. By the way, I did that
I do want to go back.
I did that game last year. I love that game so fucking much. Resident Evil was the first game I ever played. Like, ever. Like, the original Resident Evil for PS1 was my first video game.
Yeah.
And I hadn't played it for, like, years since. And then I, like, 3 horror months ago, played Resident Evil HD Remake. And I'm like, I love this fucking game so much. And so that's why we just go through all the Resident Evils.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that remake one that you're talking about. I played that one on stream a couple months ago. I wasn't good at that one either.
R6 calling you out. He's saying you played Spontaneous Combustion game before Luigi's Mansion.
I did, but I'm not going in order.
Oh, okay.
we're going in the order of important to more what I can talk about more.
Oh, shit. I was lied to. I'm going in order.
I'm not. Okay. I just went in the order of what I want to talk about the most.
So you weren't really feeling it.
No, it's not. I'm going to go back to Resident Evil 2. It's not that I wasn't feeling it. It's just that I was stuck on one part, and I didn't want to just try to do that for an hour. It's not a Dark Souls stream. You know, it's a Resident Evil 2 stream.
Okay.
So I'm eventually gonna go back to that and finish it. I do want to play it. I just need to get good.
I feel fucking crazy because I've seen other people complain about RE2's puzzles, and I thought they were all really easy, and I got through them without like much trouble. My biggest complaint
Yeah.
about that game is I feel like Claire A and Leon B could have been integrated better, and
Mhm.
because you fight the final boss like twice, which you could just be like, oh, maybe like Claire didn't fully kill it and Leon had to come in and clean up, but like you wreck the final boss room twice too. Like Leon doesn't come into a wrecked final boss room to finish the job. It's already fucked when he enters. So that's a little disappointing. Also, I feel like the zombies are like fucking bullet sponges.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Podges
Yeah.
like shoot him in the knees, and I was like, yeah, sure. But I'm streaming, so at the same time, I gotta try to be entertaining. So I just kept wasting bullets on stupid shit.
The secret to Resident Evil is you got to run away from the enemies. You don't kill them all.
That makes sense.
That's also the
I
secret in
just don't kill
Resident
'em.
Evil 1. I was actually disappointed when I watched you stream Resident Evil 1 that you didn't get far enough to meet the consequences of your actions. I didn't tell you this. Hopefully, you'll forget it if you go back to that game. When you kill enemies in HD Remake, when on the fourth time you re-enter that room, the enemy you killed will pop back up as a stronger version of the zombie called a Crimson Head. And I was just waiting for the inevitability of you going through cleaning all these rooms out and just looking at the corpses and seeing them go more and more crimson as you went through these rooms. And I'm like, oh, it's going to happen. Oh, he's going to have a bad time. He's going to have to start over. You killed like 30 zombies and they were all just sitting there becoming Crimson Heads. And I'm like, this might become unplayable.
Who does that in the game? Why? Why is that a thing?
It's not a thing at RE2. It's exclusive to Remake, from what I understand.
That's awful.
Yeah. I was just waiting for the Crimson. Did you see Mr. X and his cute little hat?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to see Mr. X, unfortunately. I was pretty bummed about that.
Darn.
I didn't get it. I got to like the part where you first go to the left side of the police station. I got there.
That's the start of the game.
Yeah, no.
Okay, as long as we were clear about that. It was like the beginning.
I'm well aware.
I would describe that as the first 5 minutes?
No, I got past that part. It was like the other side where you go to like.
Oh, the right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was like, that's like the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got over there and then like wasted all my bullets, and I was like, "Fuck."
Oh, so you almost met Mr. X then?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was close. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't.
No. Wait a minute. In that game, you go to the right side, then you unlock the left side, then you go to the left side.
Yeah.
So it was like the first. Yeah. So it was like the first hour of the game is when you go to the left.
Yeah, because I played for like an hour and a half. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And I only died like twice. But
okay.
I just got stuck there.
All right. When the game launched, there was a demo to see how far you would get in was it 2 hours or something? It was 1 hour. And I actually finished the demo, so I got like to the statue and I unlocked the statue. So.
Nice.
So. Well, I'm not saying I'm better at Resident Evil 2, but
I'm not good at that game at all.
I want to play the original. I'm not used to podcasts with live chat. No, you're good. You're good, Arsic. All right. So I think I'm ready to go over to my next game, which is Resident Evil 4. Pow, 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 pow. Playing as Leon Kennedy, who is the B-side of Resident Evil 2. Leon Kennedy is now, after surviving Raccoon City, in the Secret Service, and he has to save the president's daughter, Ashley Graham, who has been kidnapped in Spain. But when he gets to Spain, he finds... Huh?
She wears that sweet skirt the entire game.
She does wear
Mm.
that. Yeah. No,
Mm.
I remember I got called out because I always check if female characters are wearing underwear, and they're like, "Why have you never?" And they're like, "Yeah, Ashley calls you out if you try and peek up her skirt." And I'm like, "Oh, does she?" And
She
they
does,
were
yeah.
like, "Sack, how have you not known this? You always try to peek up all their skirts." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm checking if they're wearing underwear. I know for a fact she's wearing underwear. I see it every 3 seconds. I don't need to check. It's right there."
I see it.
Yeah, it's very. Yeah, look, I don't know why anyone. I'm not even sure why her calling you out was added into the game, because I don't know why anyone would need to try to look up her skirt. Because it's super easy to do it on accident. Um, but yeah, so he's like a secret agent, and he gets to Spain, and he finds out that a religious cult has released an ancient sealed up parasite, and they're trying to use it to control the world. It's kind of like it's kind of like a like an action movie, like a B horror action movie, kind of. Like Leon does like these crazy backflips. You know what it reminds me most of? It reminds me of like Metal Gear Solid. It's like Resident Evil
Hmm.
meets Metal Gear Solid. It's fucking great.
Huh.
I see why RE4 gets such praise. It's such a good game. Like it has like the puzzles of Metal Gear of Resident Evil, but it also has the MGS. It has like a codec where he calls his handler on, and it's like, "All right, handler, I've infiltrated the compound," and she's like, "Be careful, Leon. There are claymore mines there." It's fucking great. It's fucking great. It's Resident Evil 4. Um, yeah, highly recommend that game. See where it got so much praise from. We also did Separate Ways, which you got to play as Miss Ada Wong, which I'm not sure if you know who that is. Did you do Claire A as you were supposed to, or did you do Leon A in RE2?
I did. I did Leon.
Oh, okay. So you're wrong, is what
I'm
I'm
wrong.
hearing. Yeah, Claire A is canon.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to do Claire A, Leon B.
Oh,
Yeah. But
oh, the maid's
anyway,
here.
yeah, Maid's here. Hi, Maid. But yeah, so you get to play as Ada, which is cool. And she's like a secret agent, but like now she's like way over the top. Like she's wearing high heels and like a slit up the side, like red dress. It's fucking crazy. Great game. About all I have to say about that. I already reviewed it. Let's go over to your game. I kind of popped it up too early. Uh, what? Oh no! What was
Parasite
John?
Eve.
Oh shit. Okay, there we go. Oh, Parasite Eve. Who would have guessed? Oh man, Sack didn't show the slide on accident early. That didn't happen.
Oops. We've all been there. We've all been there. So yeah, Parasite Eve. I got a good way through. I didn't get to disc 2. Um, very fun game. A lot different too. It's a lot different than anyone I played before too. Like with the I don't I know you've played it, so you can give a little insight to it too. Like the
I
combat.
played it
It's
when I
very
was
unique.
like 7.
Oh, that's right. You're gonna play it on.
Yeah, I'm playing it Christmas. Yeah, because it's a Christmas game apparently, just like Persona 5 is.
Merry Christmas. Um,
It
I
had
really enjoyed
spontaneous
it.
combustion.
I'm really looking forward to go back to that too. I'm probably gonna finish that up for RPG month since it's technically an RPG.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so I'm probably gonna come back to that and finish that game because I'm really looking forward to play that again.
I
Um, Bob.
Continue. Yep, I didn't want to cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, I was trying to. I lost train. Yes. Fuck. Yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Bob. No, it's okay. Hold on. I got the perfect.
Baba Booey.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
So sorry, I cut you off a little bit. Yeah, Parasite Eve. I'm thinking. I don't want to make any promises with Parasite Eve, but I'm thinking, because the game is only about like 12 and a half hours. Again, no promises,
Yeah.
just a consideration. I might, because I'm gonna take a bit of a break in December. Might do Parasite Eve. Might attempt Parasite Eve in one stream. Might try it. So
Possible, yeah.
yeah.
I've only had one hiccup so far in the game, so I mean, it's not crazy hard.
I know
All the
the ending is kind
mitochondria.
of crazy from what I've heard. Mama Sack loved that game. So
it's a fun game. Looking forward to playing it again.
Okay.
Or finishing it. Yeah.
All right. Anything to add? Mitochondria?
Check it out. Mitochondria.
It's based on a
it's all about.
novel, by the way. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, Pache actually told me that.
That would be a thing Pache would mention. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up
neat.
is mine, which is Fatal Frame based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
It is based on a true story for shoresies. It is not based on a true story. That's you asked, is it really based on a true story when we were setting up, and I mentioned it was called Fatal Frame based on a true story, and I'm like, well, I'll talk about it in the podcast. No, it is not based on a true story. From what I understand, the director of the game saw ghosts as a kid, and that's why it's called based on a true story. But
okay.
like none of the events in the game ever happened or are real.
I hope not. That'd be spooky.
Yeah. So it's not in any way based on a true story, but that is a great name. It's like
it is, yeah.
It's like the subtitle of it. It's like based on a true story. Disclaimer: this is not based on a true story in any way.
I know that's a bold set of words to put underneath a video game title. It's bold. It's like Lego Star Wars based on a true story.
I think there's not a lot of games you could say based on a true story. You could probably say that with some of the early Call of Duty games, like the World War II ones.
Yeah.
You could say that with like the video game Velvet Assassin, which is based on like a Cold Era spy who actually existed. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot of games that are legitimately based on a true story.
Capote, the video game, based on a true story.
Halo, based on a true story. It was sent backward in time for you to. But anyway, Fatal Frame. Yeah, your brother is looking for a professor who's researching a haunted mansion, and the professor goes missing 2 weeks ago, and then your brother's like, "Well, I'm gonna go to the same haunted mansion. I'm gonna find the professor." So then your brother goes missing. So then you go into the haunted mansion, and you get a magic camera that you use to fight ghosts with. So it's a lot like Dread Out, but not at all like Dread Out. But you find out about this whole Shinto ritual, which is super elaborate, which is used to hold back the Hell Gate.
What's the Hell Gates?
Which they ritually sacrifice a character who I described throughout the entire game as Ghost MILF. And I think that Ghost MILF is the biggest problem with Fatal Frame based on a true story, because she's literally too hot to be scary. And the entire game, I'm just like, hey, baby, what's up? Every time she shows up, the tension just deflates, because I'm like, God, she is distractingly attractive. What were they thinking?
Ooh, hot.
But yeah, Fatal Frame, it was pretty good, actually. It wasn't like anything outstanding. But you generally hear Fatal Frame 2 or 3 getting more praise anyway, so... Which is Crimson Butterfly and The Torment, isn't it? Isn't Fatal Frame 3 just like called The Torment?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a collection on like PS3 or something like that.
Yeah. The weirdest part about Fatal Frame is because I always try and get the true ending, and if there's no true ending, I always try and I always try to get the canon ending, and if there's no canon ending, I always try to get the best possible ending. Except for in Silent Hill 2. Where, because of how that game's mechanics work, about based on how you play the game changes the ending, that one I was just like, well, let's see which ending we got. But, which is another reason why you should play Silent Hill 2, by the way. Is because depending on how...
Are you going to do that with Kingdom Hearts?
Huh?
Are you going to do that with Kingdom Hearts, get all the true ending?
No. Fucking, there's no true ending in Kingdom Hearts. It's just a trailer for the next game. I feel...
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
That's fair.
Are we still good? I
I can
just
hear you
dropped
now.
frames.
I'm good.
I dropped
Okay.
frames. I think it's a
I can hear you
graphics
now.
card issue or something. Everything's fine. Everything's fine on the viewer side. Okay. Is the true ending based on a true story or the canon ending? Neither ending is based on a true story, technically. But yeah, I buffered.
It's all the true story.
Yeah. None of it's based on a true story. It's more the subtitle of the game than anything. But yeah, I don't remember what I was going to say because of the buffering. Something about Silent Hill 2 or Fatal Frame or some bullshit. I don't know. Solid game. Nothing great. Oh yeah, Fatal Frame is that I remember. I was going to talk about the ending. Fatal Frame has like 5 different endings, and this is the weird part. Just playing the game normally is the canon one.
Weird.
Yeah, like all of the like you do the elaborate stuff to get like the special endings. Nope, just play it normal. There's no effort being put into playing into getting the right ending.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's just it's like, oh man, I got the special super true ending you can only get on Xbox, which is a real thing. There's a special ending you can only get on Xbox, and it's like, cool, not canon.
Fuck you.
Yep, yep, you wasted your fucking life. Okay, and I think the next one is you. What is it? Oh, I've stopped being showy. It's just easier to flip the slide.
Give the old flippies.
Yeah, it's just easier to flippy flip.
It's Doom Eternal. I spent a lot of time with this game while playing. Actually, I played it a couple streams, like 3 streams. Didn't finish it. Like most of the games on my list last month, didn't finish any of them.
I finished all 9.
I did not. I know I finished Luigi's Mansion. That was the only game I finished.
Okay.
I had just because I had to. But yeah, Doom Eternal was a lot of fun. I like the Doom games. I like the run and gun type shooties. Those are just fun. Just fun to like go around and shoot shit out of shit. There's not much to it. It's like a gory game, you know. It's good. I mean, it looks really nice, actually. I mean, if I could give it like one good thing, it'd be like it would for it came out last year or whatever. It looks like really good graphically and stuff like that. Like a lot of the gore looks really nice too. Great game. I'm gonna finish that too.
Fun fact about Doom: it was the second like FPS game, pretty much after Wolfenstein 3D. Yeah. So that's a fun little Doom's a game with a lot of history. Also, the DLC had a reference to a VTuber, but they had to take it out. Yeah, Doog's Eternal, I think is what it said, or Doog Slayer, I forget. But yeah,
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody knows why they took it out. It might be a copyright thing for another company called Doog or some shit. But yeah, so. But I appreciate when devs do make references to like the bigger streamers that like support them, and they're like, hey, shout out, Tiny Dog Girl.
Yeah, that's actually that's really cool. Like Skyrim Grandma is gonna be the next Elder Scrolls, so there you go.
Nice. Yeah, so it's always really fun when they do that. But I heard a metal song as part of that game's soundtrack. From Doom Eternal.
Oh, the soundtrack's crazy.
That game is the fucking song. Like, I don't like metal, but fuck, that was good. That song I heard. I don't know what song I don't know what song I heard, but fuck, even I liked it, and I don't like metal, so.
So like the first Doom game, well, the first recent one, and then this one, they were both done by 2 musicians that I follow from another band. They went to like Berkeley and shit, so like their music's like fucking tight, so good.
Yeah, it was good for sure.
Yeah, that whole the both soundtracks are like ridiculously good. Yeah, I like them a lot. Yeah, the drummer and then one of the guitarists do the soundtrack for that.
Do you want to shout them out, or we don't need to pussyfoot around these band names? Give them a call out.
What is it? I can't remember the drummer's name. I know it's Misha Mansour is one of them. I can't remember the drummer.
Okay.
I always forget the drummer.
All right. Fuck you, drummer.
in every band.
You're not as important as Misha Manson.
He's
all
a
right.
really good guitarist.
Anything to add to Doom Eternal? A man who got really angry at hell, so he started stabbing it.
He did. He legitimately just started stabbing it. I mean, if you have an Xbox and Game Pass right now, it's on Game Pass, so definitely go give it a try. You look mindless to play it.
Seen a legitimate discussion about whether the Doomslayer from Doom, like what would happen if he was in the Warhammer 40k universe and went into the warp. Because apparently he gets stronger the more he kills demons. So what would happen if he just goes into a realm filled with infinite demons? Would he be able to kill the gods? Who knows? I don't know, because I don't know enough about either universe. But I think that's an interesting discussion. I think the argument became that he would probably just become his own god. Like his god of demon murder. And then I mean, so it doesn't matter, but I don't know enough about either universe to say definitively what would happen if a man who gets stronger killing demons killed infinite demons.
He'd look like that meme of like the small dog head on the big buff body.
Yeah.
4 hours later, just like super. Where's that picture when we need it? Damn it.
Yeah. Well, we don't have it. We don't have you picture the meme in your head.
Yeah, the meme is in your head.
Yeah, the meme is in our hearts. I would go on a Metal Gear 2 meme speech, but I'm not going to do that. All right. So I finished up my horror month with a playthrough of Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I probably could have found a better picture of Amnesia, but I think the picture of the fucking grunt looking goofy as shit was just so much funnier. That game is...
That's a solid picture. I love
it. Can I be honest about Amnesia: The Dark Descent? Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Yeah,
I've seen several playthroughs of it. That game fucking spooks me every time. And I played it myself, and I was fucking terrified. Amnesia is the only game that has ever scared me ever at any point. Period. That game was fucking terrifying.
I seemed like a girl.
I screamed like a little bitch several times. When we got to Amnesia, which was the last game we played in Horror Month, I was only at 4 screams. We beat it at like 12 screams. That game is fucking...
There's more screams than your body has room for.
Yeah, no, fucking terrifying. Like, as stupid as the grunt looks, what Amnesia does so well is the fucking atmosphere. Like, it absolutely kills it, how genuinely terrifying it makes it. But if I'm being honest, I think it's too scary to the point where it's not fun sometimes. And you're just, like, sitting there waiting as the monster goes by, and you're like, well, I'm fucking panicking. Please don't look at me.
Just constantly spooked.
Yeah, no, yeah. It gets, like, unfun at how scary I found that game at some points.
Do you have a clip of you screaming like a girl on Twitch?
No, because I don't clip my own shit. I let other people clip it. And nobody clipped that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I'll have to go find it and do like a mega clip of all your screams.
All of my little bitch screams. I don't think any of those VODs are still on Twitch at this point. So you'd have to do it from YouTube. Yeah.
I'll do it from YouTube. I'll just rip it all from YouTube and just do a mega cut of all your screams.
A mega cut of all the screams from this horror month.
Yeah.
If you want, if you want to do that, that'd be great.
It'll be fun.
But yeah. What I will say about I have a scream counter. So the easiest way to do that would be to scrub through and see whenever the scream counter goes up. So
it makes it so much easier.
Yeah,
that makes it way easier. Yeah.
This is a little advice. You can check for when the scream counter increased and be like, oh, it was probably like 5 minutes before that. Then, but yeah,
I would have just sat there and watched 8 hours of footage just to do it.
But well, then there's no scream counter, and you have to do that. Never mind. You have to watch all the VODs. Never mind. I lied about that.
Marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing 101.
Never
say this as a shortcut.
Yeah. But What I will say though is that the game sanity mechanic, which is supposed to like change the environment and give you hallucinations as your sanity drains, genuinely made the game less fun. Because the only there you because Daniel is noctophobic, so his sanity drains when he's in the darkness. And of course, every room is pitch fucking black in the game, except for minute spots of sunlight coming from sources that make no sense. Seriously, you're like a mile underground, and sometimes you'll still get sunlight, and you're like, okay, yeah, that's how the sun works. So that sounds acceptable, except for his sanity doesn't regain when he's in light. It just doesn't drain. Like, even sunlight doesn't regain your sanity, no matter how long you wait. So the only way to regain sanity is to do puzzles. But he also goes insane when he's in darkness, when he sees a monster, or when the shadow, which is the Eldritch Abomination that's chasing him, pops up. Or if he does something creepy. What it means is, like, even if you manage to conserve your stamina properly throughout the entire game, you can still, the game will just decide, nah, you're completely crazy now. So, like, yeah. Like, I remember one instance, I managed to, like, slowly regain my sanity, got crystal clear, which is the best sanity rating, and then in order to progress in the game, I had to inject myself with the blood of a corpse. And then a monster started breaking in, so I had to hide in one of the adjacent rooms. But both of the adjacent rooms are dead ends filled with dead bodies and are completely pitch black with no way to light the room itself. So you end up, like, when I went from full sanity, had to hide in there until the monster left, which took a good, like, 2-3 minutes. And when I was left, all my sanity was gone. And, like, that's the most definitive proof that, like, the sanity mechanic in Amnesia is broken and it doesn't mean anything, and it actively makes the game worse. And as it went on, it just became, like, more frustrating than scary. But the early parts of that game's, like, on point.
Check it out.
I also did Justine, which is a expansion that nobody actually plays, where you play a character named Justine who is not noctophobic. It's shorter. Her sanity does not drain in the darkness. As I've said, but she is not immortal like Daniel is. So if she dies, she dead for good. And when she dies, you'd expect, oh, it's a permanent death game. It kicks you back to the main menu. When you die in Justine, it boots you to desktop. Like, it kicks you completely out of the game. It's fucking crazy. It's like, oh, you died. Fuck you!
Open the whole shit again.
Yeah,
Fuck.
no, it's a pain in the ass because you can't, like, it's not accessed from the Amnesia menu either. You have to access it from the Amnesia launcher. So you have to boot your launcher, select Justine, go through the rigmarole of booting up Justine, play the game. Oh, I died. Kick to desktop. Do it all over again. It is so frustrating. I think they were playing around with, like, permadeath and, like, sanity mechanics, in which case, here are my notes. Studio that has 2 other Amnesia games after this one. Sanity, draining in darkness, bad. Permadeath, bad. There you go. You did half right. The puzzles were okay in it. I solved one of them on accident. The second one, I still don't understand the solution. Third one, the solution was just run really fast, so it could have been better. But I think the real highlight is Justine as a character, because the whole thing is an exploration of her psychology. It's like a character study, and she is great. Like, there's one scene where she's, like, with this guy who, she clearly has this thing where he says, oh, Justine, your beauty is blinding, and then, like, he wakes up with, like, this metal contraption on his face that she put there. And she's like, okay, say the thing. And he's like, oh, yeah, Justine, all right, you're really pretty. And she's like, no, say the real thing. And he's like, oh, Justine, your beauty, like, he's, like, saying it like, oh, God, this shit. Your beauty's blinding. And then you hear a scream as 2 blades slide into his eyes. And he's like, oh, God, why? And Justine's like, haha, I got you. All right, try and catch me. Like, she says it, like, teasingly as she, like, skips off. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Which is why there are monsters that try and kill you throughout the thing, because it's the monsters trying to murder you for stabbing his fucking eyes out. Oh, Justine's great.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Amnesia's pretty good.
Is that only on PC?
Amnesia? I don't know. No, I think it's on the Xbox version as well. The Amnesia Complete Collection, I think, has it. Justine?
Okay.
I don't know.
I
have it on PC. So, I don't really know. So that brings us to the next topic, which I'm going to be honest with you, John, I have these numbered. So it's your job to tell me what the next topic is because I don't actually know what
The
I'm
next
about
topic,
to turn on.
Genshin Impact. Game that I've been
Genshin
playing for a month.
Impact!
AKA Zelda Breath of the Wild.
All right. Now, I'm excited to learn about this because this game looks interesting.
It's actually pretty good. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on PC. It's also on PS4. I started playing on my phone just because I was bored at work and I wanted something to do. Then I was like, oh, you can share your progress from phone to PC. So I've been playing on both. Use controller on PC. You can do keyboard, mouse controls, whatever you want. The controls, oddly enough, on the controller are like backwards. It's like weird. Like A is like cancel and stuff. It's like weird. I don't like it.
Oh,
And you can't change
is B? You have an
Like-
Xbox controller. B is select. A is cancel.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for informing me of that. Words cannot describe, because I had this exact conversation on fucking Monday about whether that's how a Japanese controller would work for Xbox. Because I don't know if you know this. You've played enough PS1 games to maybe know this. In Japan, X is the cancel button, circle is the confirm button. So I had this big conversation on Monday about whether they still have A as confirm and B as cancel on Japanese Xboxes, or whether A would be cancel and B would be confirm to kind of match how PlayStation's control scheme works.
That's what they did.
What you have confirmed to me is that, yes, in fact, that is how it works. So, wow, that is a relief. I was genuinely curious about that. Anyway, I'll stop talking about controllers. Talk about Genshin.
It's funny that you mentioned it because I should be used to that because a lot of older PlayStation 1 games have that same control scheme too. So I should be used to that. I hate it. I think you can't change it.
I also
if I could change it, I wouldn't be able to. Yeah, like if you could change it, like it wouldn't be too crazy. But I mean, it's a game like it takes place in like this like fantasy type world. It's very anime inspired, which was the first draw to it. Also kind of has like the same like stamina mechanics. It's like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's why I call it Ooh Zelda. And also it doesn't have like a lot of people are saying that they rip up like the same art style of Zelda 2, which they didn't. It looks anime and like cartoony. Kind of like reminds me of Dragon Quest a little bit.
It's anime-esque. Looks nothing like Dragon Quest. But it's very the art style is very reminiscent of sort of 2011 era light novels.
Yeah, it's nice. That's what pulled me in.
Yeah.
People like a couple of my friends that played it. They said it's all good, so he's like, I'll give it a shot. Each character you have like different characters. It follows like the beginning. You pick a twin. You either pick the girl or the guy. Depending on who you pick, the other one gets captured. And so the game starts, and you got to save it. You meet this cute little companion there at the beginning called Paimon,
who's definitely going to be evil.
I hope so, because that would be.
There's no way she's named after one of the kings of hell.
Fair enough.
From the Ars Goetia. So, like the second I heard it's like, my name is Paimon, I'm like, oh, you're evil.
Yeah. No, I mean, she's basically Navi or like Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
She's kind of like there to give you tips and tricks and be there.
If Navi, instead of being named after a navigator, was named after one of the kings of hell from the Ars Goetia.
I mean, yeah. So that if that's accurate, I'm texting you first and letting you know. So it's like an open world game too. Like you start basically like in the plains, kind of like Zelda, Breath of the Wild. But you meet up with a couple different people. You start getting like party members, stuff like that. Every character has like a different element that they're good at. Like your character's good at the wind element. The next girl you meet, she's good at fire. You meet ice guy, lightning, Geo, and go with the other one, water. That's the other one, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Naruto elements.
So each character, so like each character has like a different one, so they all have different like abilities and stuff like that. Like one has like the water guy can give himself a shield. Most of them are like attack based, so that's the only really defensive one that I've seen so far. There are more characters. I haven't gotten them all yet. I only have 6. But you can have a party of 4, like most RPGs. But yeah, you like level up using items, and XP. You get like items, treasure chests, stuff like that. So you can like basically bump your character all the way up to like the first max level, which is they call phase 1 or whatever, which is up to 20. You can like max them out real quick, but then you have to like enhance them with like other shit that you find like later on in the game. So it can't just be OP right out the gate. It caps out like at certain points. You can actually get to certain points of the game where you can actually come in and actually find those different items. Like I'm on phase 2 right now, and I can't find any of the items for the enhanced next. So I'm like stuck at 40 right now.
So it's pretty
I can find
grindy
them,
then.
not really grindy. You find a lot of stuff just by doing like the story.
Okay.
So the now that you mentioned grindy, like the grindy part of it is there's quests that you can only do at a certain what they call adventure level. So you have like character levels and adventure level.
Okay.
Your adventure level goes up by doing quests, finding like the teleport points, which I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. And uncovering stuff on the map, opening chests, and doing quests. So you can find like random side quests like all over these different towns and stuff like that come set up too. So case in point, like I ended like the first section of like the story at around I think adventure level 10. And they're like, oh, you can't do the next part until you're adventure level 15. So I'm like, that's like 5 5 fucking like levels, whatever. So it took a while to get up there. So basically what I did is I just explored the map and like found different areas of interest and did all that stuff. Did some side quests and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool that they do make you do that because you experience more of the game. But I'm one of those people that like to bump up the story, then kind of do that, just so it's out of the way. But I mean, it's one of those things that's like, whatever. You kind of got to do it, whatever. It's not super hard, they want you to explore the map. They didn't spend the time making this world to not have it explored, which I think is I have a lot of fun. And like each character has like a different element too, like the enemies, I mean not the characters. So like you always want to try to like build a team for different dungeons or whatever, based on what's in that area too. So like you only like walk around with like 4 elements. Sometimes you gotta switch them out. I always do that anyways because I don't want to level up with you guys because I don't really care about them. So sometimes I find myself in shitty situations because I'm just a jackass.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Cool game. Yeah.
So there's a universal party level, and then there's individual character levels. What I understand is that there is a gacha mechanic to this, which I've got to know about.
I haven't spent any money. On it.
Okay.
And I got a whole bunch of
Okay.
Like basically it's one of those games like if you want to just like max level your character away, like you can pay for it, or you just play the game. That's what I like about it too. Like I haven't spent. It doesn't even tell you to spend money either. Like I've gotten no pop-ups for buy this for $5 or something like that. Like obviously there's a shop and you can go into the shop and buy like other characters or like different whatever. I've been in there once just curious as to what like nothing's over like $10 or some shit unless you buy like the currency for it. Like that's the only thing that's like super expensive. Like normal games, But I mean, obviously being a free game, they got to make some money somewhere. But I mean, I haven't put any money into it. I mean, at some point, like if I get super into it, like I always try to throw $20 into these games if I actually like them, just so I can be like, okay, I gave you something. Yeah, they don't jam it down your throat. That's my favorite part of it. That's why I've been playing it so much. But,
okay, so it is subtle then. So there is ways to. Are there ways to get new characters? Because it's a gacha for characters, right? There's ways to get new characters without.
Yeah. So in the game, you can earn these like they're like gems or whatever. They're like wish gems or whatever, and you can wish do like different wishes or whatever, and it just gives you like either random equipment they can buy or whatever, or characters. Like I got those 2 extra characters that I got because I did the wishes.
Okay.
So I just got 2 free characters basically. So like I said, there's a way to get the stuff even not like that. You just gotta grind or do quests and stuff. Like I got all this stuff just from doing quests and walking around.
Okay.
So it's not crazy. That's what I like.
All right. It sounds interesting. I've been like thinking about like checking it out and maybe playing it, but I haven't like decided hard enough,
Yeah, it's like I said, it's free. Play on both phone and PC. If you want to link your accounts, though, it is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but possible and you can do it. I did it. Nope. It
Oh,
took me
my
like
phone would
15 minutes, but I
combust if I tried to play a game on it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I just got the new note. This phone's ridiculous.
Oh, my phone is so old that my plan, because I've had the same cell phone plan, got outdated by the company, and they had
Yeah.
to give me a free plan upgrade.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot. Yeah. Like at T-Mobile, like we don't even touch people's like plans. We just like send them a text every like month. We're like, you should probably switch because you're actually paying more on the plan that you're on.
Yeah, no,
For
they're like,
better.
congratulations, we automatically upgraded your plan because it doesn't exist anymore. Why have you had the same number for 10 years?
That's fair. Yeah. Stop.
Yeah, stop. Here,
But
just have
yeah,
free data.
if you want to try something new, I recommend this game. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna be playing more. I'm probably not gonna play it on stream just because it's an oversaturated game. I'm just having fun with it by myself. I played a lot at work too, so yeah.
Okay.
There's co-op to it.
Oh,
After you
shit.
get to a certain level, you can actually do co-op.
Speaking of co-op, have you ever heard of a game? And I don't have a slide for this. I'm springing it on you at the fucking spur of the moment. What is this game called? It is called Stoop Schloop Shdoof Boof. You ever heard
I've
of
heard of that
Stoop?
game, yeah.
Uh,
Spoople.
yeah. You ever heard of a Shwoople? It's called A Way Out. Is this game?
Yeah, that game's awesome. I played it with my buddy Chris. Yeah.
Oh, you played it with your buddy Chris? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
that game's fucking sick. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Oh, I'll play it again. If you're gonna buy it, I'll buy it.
Well, I was gonna say
awesome.
it's on discount on Steam, I think, until like the 15th of the month. We were talking about a co-op game. I was like, maybe we could do that. I don't know.
Oh, I'd be 100% down for that. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
But
Well, you have Xbox though, right?
fucking technically, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could play it at Xbox. That would be less annoying. I think I have it on Xbox, but only one person needs a copy of it. Play.
Is that true?
I don't know if that's true on PC. I know it is for Xbox. I remember my buddy Chris bought it. That's how we played it. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same on PC. But...
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that. That'll be an off-stream thing.
Okay.
So what's our next topic?
Our next topic is drumroll, please. I don't have a drumroll sound. Damn it. Then this one.
Bung.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Kong Skull Island / Godzilla King of Monsters. Or is it? Okay.
John.
Oh shit. I mean, Kong Skull Island, just that, and not the next thing that I said.
Yeah. All right. Kong Skull Island is part of the, I guess, kaiju cinematic universe, is I guess what we're gonna call this now. Basically, a bunch of people in I think like the 80s go to Skull Island and they meet King Kong. But it's actually a baby King Kong. It's not like an adult King Kong. And we find out that King Kong is protecting the island from a bunch of like underground, like giant two-legged mouth monsters. There's a lot of like horrifying like giant animals with like various physiologies on the island. It's a fun movie. Yeah, it's a fun movie, albeit pretty scientifically questionable. Like I think the moment where like I'm not just talking about a giant fucking monkey, obviously wouldn't be supported by Earth's current atmosphere or the square cube law, but I'm talking about like they're in a South Pacific island and you see the aurora borealis at one point in the movie and I'm like, sure. That are you okay? You okay?
Yeah, I just realized I had like a mark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see the aurora borealis, which like the aurora has been seen like as far south as like the like Florida Keys, but like, come on, bullshit. They're seeing the fucking aurora borealis. But yeah, no,
it doesn't make any sense.
It's like in like the character like the setup of like the islands and the people in the island and like all of the science in it. It's very, and we find out the Earth is like hollow, and there's like monsters living in the hollow Earth. Yeah, it's very scientifically questionable, but it's like a fun dumb movie, and I enjoyed it. Is what I'm saying. It's a solid movie. Is what I'll say. Kong Skull Island.
I liked it too. I saw that. I believe I saw it in theaters. Actually, that's the only time I've seen it. I've only seen it the one time. So I think I liked it. Yeah, that's a pretty good cast. Like Brie Larson's in it. Tom
She should be dead, by the way. That really bothered me.
She should, yeah.
She should not have survived that final fight, because I remember at the end she like falls off, like there's an explosion that goes off and she gets launched off of a mountain, and I'm like, okay, that explosion would have killed her. And then Kong like reaches his hand out and catches her, and I'm like, okay, I am gonna say she just landed on a giant fucking monkey hand, and that doesn't stop the distance of her falling off of just because you put your hand out to grab someone doesn't mean they didn't just fall off a mountain. They've just fallen off a mountain onto a hand now. So I'm like, okay, she's definitely dead. And then the monster like lunges up at Kong in this final fight, and he like grabs her in like a tight fist, and I'm like, okay, she's just been squished now. And the monster like grabs Kong, and they do like a full cartwheel, and I'm like, okay, all of her organs just slammed into her bone. She's definitely dead now. And like Kong's
G-force is a real thing.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, she's died 4 times. Then Kong's like full arm submerges into the water, and he like lets go, and she like starts like drowning, and then like the guy saves her, and then she like coughs up water, and I'm like, yeah, no. No, she's dead.
That's fair, yeah.
She died 5 times
Totally dead.
in under a minute.
That's movie magic for you. Everyone, Tony needs a lot.
People are immune to all damage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson was pretty cool in that. What I will say is the ending of the movie was super like sad and heartwarming, where like the guy comes back to his family after like the 20 years.
Oh yeah, that's John C. Reilly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
he was like stuck there since like the 60s or something like that, right?
60s, John. That's cute. 40s.
The 40s. Oh, I thought this movie was in the 80s.
Oh, so he's been there 40 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No, it was definitely 40s because he got stranded there in World War II.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been there for 40 years. I don't know why I said 60s. But yeah, so yeah, it was, and he like mentioned about like wanting to watch a Sox game and putting his feet up and like drinking a beer in his house, and then he does at the end. It's super cute and sweet. I really liked it.
It was good. It is a good ending. I'll give it that. But it's just a giant monster.
I mean, it's dumb but fun, is what I'll say.
No, absolutely. I think when I saw that movie, I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
I would also give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
It was fun. It wasn't like mind blowing, spectacular.
Yeah. All right. Next up. What? Who'd have ever guessed? What? Godzilla, King of Monsters.
Yeah, that wasn't spoiled.
Another movie in the Kaiju cinematic universe. This one about Gaijira, the King of Monsters. Apparently Godzilla protects the planet from giant monsters. There are more giant monsters. It's not just Kong. We now know about a bunch of them. They all live inside the hollow earth, and they're coming out, and it's Godzilla's job to fucking kill them. One thing I've noticed about Godzilla King of Monsters is that all of the giant monsters from all of the previous monster movies have been sized up like 3 times over to like ludicrous sizes, to absolutely comical and impossible sizes.
Well, that was the complaint with the Matthew Broderick one, was Godzilla was too small. So for this one, they made everything too big.
You definitely did that. They made everything insanely oversized. Like there's like a scene.
Like,
I think it's
is like The
There's
biggest one they've ever put on screen.
There's a scene with, like, fucking Rodan. Well, okay, no, Godzilla World is the biggest one they've ever put on screen, but...
Was it? Okay. I thought it was this one.
No, I have trouble believing this Godzilla's taller than Godzilla World. Or Godzilla Planet. Yeah, look at it. No, I'm pretty sure Godzilla Planet's bigger. I think this one is as tall as a baby Godzilla Planet, but Godzilla Planet is just, like... I mean, there's size things you can do in Godzilla Planet that you cannot do in a fucking, like, live-action Godzilla movie. But yeah, Rodan is, like, the size of a fucking mountain. And it was fucking crazy how, like, oversized everything was. And we find out that the Titans, specifically Titans in this movie, are basically Final Fantasy VII weapons, where they're creatures from inside of the Earth designed to purge the surface of the Earth from corrupting influences to heal the planet, which is literally just what a weapon from Final Fantasy VII is. They just straight up ripped off the concept of a weapon. They're just weapons. King Ghidorah is still a space alien, which is cool, I guess. My biggest issue with the movie is that it's incredibly stupid on every level, but the main villain's plan is absolutely ridiculous. Like, huh? What? Oh, I'm not wrong about it being... Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, I heard a cut there. Yeah, so here's... Her plan is fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She wants to release all of the giant monsters to purge the Earth clean of humans, and they're like... and she's like, and that'll make the world a better place. And they're like, yeah, but, like, all of the humans are going to be dead if you do that. And she's like, no. No, that was the end of her argument. No. Nope.
No.
No, you're the wrong one. I've done the research. What research have you done, lady? You've just woken up 5 giant monsters and they whipped out 5 cities. No. Like, she's off her fucking rocker.
So, Godzilla from this movie was the biggest one on screen until 2016 when Japan did another one, which was 0.5 meters bigger than it.
This is the, like, 28 Godzilla movie, right? I'm talking...
Well, it's the same Godzilla. Yeah, it's the same Godzilla, but from the movie, but they're the same size as both movies. So the one that... Yeah, so in 2016, Japan came out with another one, Toho probably, and it was...
Well, no, this movie's from...
No,
this is after the 2016 Godzilla movie, right? Yeah, this is Godzilla King of Monsters 2019 that I'm talking about.
But this is a different Godzilla.
So how did a Godzilla from 2016 get bigger than the Godzilla from 2019 if this was the biggest Godzilla? It sounds like this was just not the biggest Godzilla.
Because there's 2 movies with that same Godzilla in it. There's Godzilla, just called Godzilla. That was with
Bryan Cranston,
the dude from Kick-Ass. Yeah, right.
Was it? Was that the same Godzilla? I didn't think that was part of this cinematic universe of Godzilla.
Yeah, because the first one had the Mutos or whatever.
Oh yeah, there actually was. Oh shit, I missed a Godzilla movie. Yeah. Oh fuck me, I gotta go back and watch Godzilla.
That's pretty good too, actually. I like that one too. Both these movies are pretty good, actually. I like them. Yeah. So that one came out, and then
well, how tall is this Godzilla? Do you have a thing for how tall? We need to know who's the tallest Godzilla.
I don't have a name. I just have like a chart.
Godzilla 2014 size.
Yeah, that's the one we're talking.
108 meters. 108 meters. What is the size of Godzilla Planet?
And the other one was 118.5 in this one. That's 20.
What is the size of Godzilla Planet? 20 inches tall is wrong. That's the size of the toy. Godzilla Earth is 318 meters. It's not even fucking
Okay,
close.
that's fair.
I told you. I don't.
Why
I think the 2014 Godzilla
so
is
big?
probably the size of a baby Godzilla Earth, but I'm pretty sure he's not bigger than Godzilla Earth.
Why
Godzilla
is that
Earth
so
was
big?
like fuck you sized.
Yeah, there's fun and then there's fuck you stuff.
Yeah, Godzilla Earth was fuck you sized. I mean, he was like bigger than a city. It was
Okay.
nuts.
Why? Why is it so big?
Okay, well, the basic idea of those series of Godzilla movies, I did an episode of, I think, Wadawa about it, so this is pre-Water, is that humans left planet Earth because, like, shit was fucked, and when they came back, the entire planet was, like, different. Like, it was like a sci-fi series where the whole planet was, like, mutated and different, and it was found out that the entire planet had mutated around Godzilla to be adapted to having to deal with Godzilla. Like, it was designed in favor
Is
of
that the
Godzilla.
anime one?
Yeah, the anime one.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it. I think that's on Netflix, actually.
It is on Netflix. That's where I watched it. Solid
I'll have
movie.
to check it out.
Solid series of 3 movies. I would give them a pass. They're better than this fucking hunk of junk, because while we're talking about this movie sucks.
What, King of Monsters?
Yeah, King of Monsters sucks. The villain's plan makes no sense. Everything just comes the fuck out of nowhere. It fucking ends with a Deus Ex Machina power up. Ugh. What a garbage movie.
That's always my complaint. That's always my complaint with the American Godzillas. Like, just get the humans out of it. Like, if you watch the Japanese Toho ones, they're like, the humans are basically just characters in the movie, and Godzilla's the main character, which is how it should be. The movie's called Godzilla, not humans around Godzilla.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about them.
Well, the original Godzilla was a message about not having nuclear war, but
yeah.
So the humans were important in the original, but then it just became the Godzilla hour, and then he had a kid, and he had Godzilla Kid. Mothra was fucking hype, though. I was sad when Mothra died.
But yeah, that pissed me off because I love Mothra. Mothra is one of my favorite kaiju.
Here's my fucking question, right? Why is Mothra not psychic in this movie?
I don't know.
I kept thinking Mothra should be able to mind blast someone at one point. Never happened. Mothra is just a fucking big ass moth. No wonder she died in this movie. She didn't have her psychic powers. Stop murdering.
Stop murdering the good one.
Yeah, stop nerfing Mothra. Mothra's already not very strong. You don't need her nerfed.
Just nerf her more.
Yeah.
Clip off her wings, make her a caterpillar.
Yeah, poor Mothra. Alright.
Look at that shit.
Alright, I'm done with Godzilla, because everyone should be, because this movie was ass. Don't watch this one. This one doesn't get a seal of approval. Apparently I missed a Godzilla 2014 movie I have to go watch.
Yeah. You probably won't like that one either, because it is also human-focused, kind of.
Well, I don't have a problem with the Kong movie was also human-focused, and that movie was fine. The issue was just that it was written bad. That's my problem. It was written bad.
All right, so here's the thing. We're gonna do Kong versus Kong, Godzilla versus Godzilla. Which one's better, Kong Skull Island or King Kong with Adrian Brody and Jack Black?
I haven't. Okay, let me turn this tab off. I'm sorry. Kong versus. Okay. I haven't seen. I've seen one Kong movie my entire life.
Okay. Okay. Let me put the other Kong movie in perspective. That movie is over 3 hours long. It is the entirety of Skull Island, plus they take him back to New York City.
Okay.
And he does the New York City.
And they does the New York City stuff?
Fucking movie. Yeah. It's very average. It's a very average movie.
Well, I do like Jack Black, but it does sound too long.
He's actually good in that movie. Yeah, he's actually really good.
Excuse me.
It's way too long.
Yeah.
It's way too long. The Skull Island stuff's the best part of the movie. And then when they get to New York City, it's kind of how it's going to play out, because it's the original 1950s Kong.
Yeah.
Gets loose, goes on building, guys.
Fun fact that has nothing to do with anything. Jack and Rose in Metal Gear of the Metal Gear Solid series met while having an argument about King Kong.
Interesting.
The argument was, what building did King Kong climb?
It was Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the argument they had about what building they climbed.
Oh yeah. I saw the original King Kong in theaters, and that movie was long. And then it had that
the original King Kong in theaters. I wasn't aware you were that old, John.
Oh yeah, I'm timeless. I meant the Jack Black one.
Oh,
I think
okay.
It came out like 2004, 2005, maybe 2006. Can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I saw it in theaters and then played the shitty tie-in game on Xbox 360, and that was my first 360 game experience at a Walmart.
Oh wow,
the game's awful. Yeah, that game's awful. It came out like a year after the movie, I think.
The other one was Godzilla versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah, Godzilla with Matthew Broderick versus this Godzilla movie.
Matthew Broderick is an actor. He was in the Godzilla movie, and he is quite famous for being in films.
That is true. I'm also gonna give it to King of Monsters. That movie's just fucking bash. One of the best campaigns ever. That movie spent so much on marketing, it's ridiculous. Like, it had a Taco Bell tie-in, it had everything. Had a Walmart tie-in, and that movie is fucking awful.
The Godzilla King of Monsters?
No, Godzilla with
the Matthew Broderick one. Is that the one with Mama Godzilla in New York, and she's fat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that movie is bad. That is a bad
movie. That movie's so bad, Toho made a movie about it 2 years later where they killed that one. Godzilla kills that Godzilla.
This movie was really bad, though.
Really?
I think I would almost rather watch that movie than this one. This movie is absolute trash. Like, at least that movie, the plot's like, Godzilla's really fucking big. In this movie, it's like, my plan is to use the weapons to purge the planet. Yeah, but then everyone will die. Nuh-uh.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, but what's your evidence to prove they won't kill everyone? Oh no! Our reception is breaking up. Oh, we'll never finish this debate.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Can't hear you. What about Donkey Kong? Donkey Kong is the best Kong.
Sure. Why not? I played a little Donkey Kong when I was young. On my neighbor's Atari. I was bad at that game.
I love that game.
I'm not good at it. All right, we ready to move on?
Yeah, let's move on. And
no one ever would have guessed what this was.
I didn't say that. Yeah, did I?
Too bad.
That's spoiler?
Too bad. No, I slid up the slide because I didn't realize we were doing Godzilla, King Kong. So I'd already put it up when we said we were done, and then you sprung that on me, and I'm like, oh, whoopsie. Whoopsie. Spoilers. It was my turn to spoil.
Everyone's got to do it once per episode. So Nightcrawler. This was one of the movies recommended me by my best friend / roommate Tom. He gave me a list of 5 movies to watch. This is one of them. It's one of his favorite movies. It follows Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Louis Bloom, who's actually a con man who gets out of jail. And he gets into crime journalism. He starts buying camera and stuff like that, and going around and filming crime scenes, like car accidents, stuff like that. And it starts opening up into like a bigger world. He tries to firstly have a relationship with Rene Russo, which I think is like the best part of the movie. He's just very over the top, like, you need to fuck me, Rene Russo. It's hilarious. But yeah, he
was the actress's name too. He dropped character. It was really weird.
I can't remember her name. Even though I have IMDb put up right here. I can't remember her name. Yes, she's not even on the front page for some reason. But yeah, so like he ends up like actually like getting to a murder before the cops ever get there. And this is like halfway through the movie. So he like films this entire murder scene and then like sells that to like the news station and stuff like that. And ends up like withholding the information from the actual police because he actually sees who these people are, and then he like follows the people and like spoiler alert, his
Spoiler.
partner. When they're like filming the whole thing, like there's a shootout with the cops. They like follow the car chase and stuff like that. And they're filming the whole thing, and then his partner before that blackmails him, because he's like, well, I'll tell everyone what you're doing unless you give me X amount of dollars. He's like, okay, cool. So they get to the car, cop car flips, and the killer's car flips, and then he's like, yeah, come film this, and then this guy is still alive and immediately just fucking blasts this guy to like fucking hell. And he's like, well, don't blackmail people.
The partner or Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just watching this guy die while filming it the entire time, dude. Like he films his partner like dying.
Oh no, so it was
So I
the
was
partner
like,
that got shot, and not
oh
Jake
yeah,
Gyllenhaal.
he gets blasted.
Okay.
No, Jake Gyllenhaal lives throughout this whole movie.
Okay.
Um,
And then
movie,
he
I recommend it.
rearranges the surrounding crime scene and takes a picture of it to use as his album cover.
Actually, he does do that in during one of the car accidents that he filmed. He like moves the body to get a better shot. Like that's like where it kind of starts, where he's like, I can make more money by doing this, like the way people wouldn't do it. So like he ends up like this car accident happens, and he like rips this dead body out of the car and like slides it next to the car so he gets a better shot of it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, like shit. It's a really good movie. I gave
So
it a solid 9 out of 10.
high integrity journalism. Only the truth.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when he's filming like the murder in the house, like that's when like the movie kind of like starts really blowing up. You're like, wow, this guy's kind of actually super fucked up.
Yeah.
Really good movie. Recommend it. It's on Netflix. You can watch it if Netflix free.
Didn't he get like an Oscar nomination or something?
I think so for this movie. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I've heard about it on a movie critic channel where they noticeably talk about Oscar movies. By the way, yes, I watch movie critic channels, and I never watch the movies because I don't like movies.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it. It doesn't say anything about it.
I'm pretty sure it got nominated for an Oscar. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
Probably did. This movie's fantastic. Yeah, this movie's really good. Yeah.
Academy Awards.
He's
Nominated for Brokeback Mountain. Oh yeah, Nightcrawler. Here we go. I swear, accolades. I swear this thing got nominated for an Oscar. Yep, Academy Awards, Best Original Screenplay. It was nominated.
Yeah.
Did not win, however.
Probably. I have a bigger Oscar upset later, but yeah,
Okay.
this movie probably should have won whatever won that year. This probably that's really good. Recommend it.
I think it was the movie about the stripper, wasn't it? That year?
Movie about stripper?
Wasn't it a movie about the stripper? Hang on. Oh no, it was Best Original Screenplay, so it wasn't Best Picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it wasn't even nominated for Best Picture. But what year was Nightcrawler?
All right, it was 2014.
2014? Let's find out. 2014, Best Original Screenplay was Boyhood, Fletcher, Grand Budapest Hotel, Nightcrawler, and it was won by Birdman. To be fair, I hear Birdman is fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never heard a single bad thing about Birdman.
That makes sense. Okay.
The only bad thing I've ever heard about Birdman is that it's overrated, which it might be, but that doesn't make it bad. It just means people think it's too good. So
I'll probably have watched that before our next podcast.
A full report about Birdman, huh? All right.
Yeah, it's on. That was one. Everyone in the other podcast gave me 5 movies to watch, and that was one of Ryan's picks.
Yeah. What I know about Birdman is they filmed it in such a way to give the illusion that it was all done in a single shot, which is pretty fucking cool. That they filmed the whole movie like that. Like you see that a lot with modern action scenes, is they'll film it to make it look like it was a one shot. It's, by the way, here's a secret, it's never a one-shot. But they film it in a way to make it look like it is. But the fact that they did the whole movie is fucking cool. They also made reference to it in BoJack Horseman.
I gotta finish BoJack.
Oh, it's so fucking good. I got my grandma to watch it.
Graham, you gotta check this out.
Yeah, watch this fucking BoJack Horseman.
The fucking talking horse. I like the episode with Zach Braff on it.
Which episode with Zach Braff? All of them?
No, it was
the one
it
that
was like one where he like shows up. Like, I think so, yeah. He's like, "Hi, I'm famous actor Zach Braff."
Famous actor Zach Braff.
He voices his own self to it.
Yeah, he does.
Makes it funnier.
He does. It's great. Yeah, and then they eat him. That's the one where the mansion has a cave-in and they fucking eat him. And a little spoiler for the end of BoJack. At the end, you get to see all of the characters who died, and you see famous actor Zach Braff among the characters who died.
That's really funny, actually. I gotta finish that now. I was just like, I see that.
I watched that scene twice before I realized why the fuck famous actor Zach Braff was in there, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, he got fucking eaten. I forgot that even happened. Okay, so I hate to be the one to suggest this, because I'm never the one to suggest this. I'm going to piss myself. I would like to go to the little girl's room. Can we take a slight break? We are unmuted now, though. Surprise! I was trying to catch you. I was trying to get you to say something, like that racist thing you said to me before we unmuted. All right.
Fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. So, next topic is a cold one. It might be. We're going to talk about Captain America: Civil War.
Okay.
I actually watched that today.
For the first time ever.
While I was at work. right after I finished the thing for later, I watched it. It was not my first time. This is my, I don't know, 12th time watching this movie probably. Because I thought it was funny because I had Tom commission me a sweet meme earlier of the two people that we've been staring at red and blue for the last couple of days. You know?
Okay.
And just decided, let's throw them up on this exact picture actually right here. And post a meme about it. And that's what I did today. It's a great movie actually. Yeah. This is one of the better movies in the MCU. The way it's written and a lot of the stuff they actually do in the movie, like special effects wise, and some of the cinematography is like vastly improved from like some of the older movies too. It has a good plot because you actually see them kind of like break apart in this movie, which is really cool. Because they're always like buddy, like, hey, we're the Avengers guys. In the movie, they're like, fuck you, I hate you, and they like fight each other. Have you seen this movie?
I have. I think it's terrible.
I love seeing them fight, and because it has the introduction of my favorite superhero, Spider-Man, too, and he's just wonderful.
It does have Spider-Man. Spider-Man is the best part of this movie.
Yeah, he 100% is.
Spider-Man.
Just his little inclusion is just great.
Yeah. Look, everything with Spider-Man is good. I'll say that. The rest of the movie is fucking dog shit. Have you read the original? Let me say, I might have a little bit of a colored perspective. Have you read the original Civil War comic?
I have.
It's so much better.
It is.
It's so much better. There's more characters. That it gets the reason for the split makes more sense. It's more just generally visceral and like it's genuinely morally ambiguous on both sides. On this side, it just seems like Cap is a fucking lunatic. Like, all Tony's arguments is just like, yo, I know we have to deal with some red tape, but we probably shouldn't be an extra government organization. That's fucking crazy. They're right. Like, even if the delay in saving people is there, I mean, very least, if we were operating within government parameters, there wouldn't have been people in that fucking building that goddamn exploded. They could have cleared the area.
That is true.
Like, so Captain America is so completely right that it's fucking not Captain America. Tony Stark is so completely right in this, but even so, the exact thing that kicked off the Sokovia Accords was just like collateral damage from a building exploding. The amount of collateral damage they've produced from every event that they cited was so minimal compared to compared to the possible outcomes and compared to other like actual active war zones, that the fact that one like tiny apartment building having an explosion in the center of it was what fucking caused this is fucking insane. It's so stupid. It's so nonsensical. And then like the lady's like, "You're the reason my kid died, Mr. Stark." And Stark's like, "Oh no, I'm the reason your kid died." No, Tony! No, you're fucking not. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the Iron Man that we've seen for the other fucking movies in the MCU. No other Iron Man from the rest of these movies would have been fucking affected by this shit. Like, sure, he cared about the amount of damage that his weapons were causing in Iron Man 1, but that was where his literal weapon Clean's fault.
So I watched Age of Ultron right before this too, because I know that like a lot of the fallout from that movie is also in this. And
that's not a good movie.
It is
either.
his fault. He created Ultron. No, and that one's not good. No, that's like very low on my list of MCU movies. But I was like, if I'm gonna watch, because I'm gearing up to watch Infinity War and Endgame, because we got a new setup downstairs, like 4K setup with like surround sound. So I'm watching both those movies back to back on my next day off.
Ultron is his fault in the movies, not in the comics.
Yeah, not in the comics. Which is another thing that bummed me out. Is like Ant-Man came out literally right after fucking Age of Ultron did. Like, why didn't you just put that movie first?
I feel like they're just trying to keep Hank Pym away from as much as they can.
They shouldn't. I love Hank Pym.
Because of
but I also like Scott Lang.
Because of all of the controversies with Hank Pym, I think they're just trying to keep him as far away from their product as they can. Which is why they like
his wife around.
Well, he created Ultron. He slapped his wife around. Yeah, just all of the There was an entire. Didn't he like give a bunch of people amnesia at one point? Like, there's more than just two things. He's done a bunch of shit. Hank Pym is not a good man.
Then he became he became Yellow Jacket, slapped around his wife again.
Yeah, he is not a good person.
He's not. That's why, like, I kind of like his like B-roll side, but I'm also like, you could have just had him create Ultron. Like, it would have been that easy.
I feel like in an ideal universe, we had a single Ant-Man movie where we had Hank Pym and he is the worst, and he makes Ultron in a later movie, and then we switch over to a better Ant-Man. I feel like in an ideal universe, there's one Ant-Man movie where you just hate Ant-Man, and they have to change Ant-Mans.
Like, shit, we fucked. Yeah. That probably would have been what's his name's original Ant-Man script. The guy who did all those movies was Simon Pegg. I can't remember his name. Fuck.
But the Simon Pegg. You mean the Cornetto trilogy?
Yeah. Yeah.
What is his name? I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I know. I can't think of it either.
I keep trying to call him Jerry Galifianakis, and that is super incorrect on every level.
Yep. You're thinking of Zach Galifianakis, who was not involved in that movie whatsoever.
I'm definitely not thinking. I mean, that's definitely where I'm getting the name Galifianakis from. He's a super famous comedian. He thinks reality is interesting enough, so he doesn't need fiction, which I think he's a fucking lunatic for thinking that. Because reality sucks.
Maybe that's the version we would have got, yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been interesting, but we never got that version.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we live in the least interesting reality.
Probably. The other one's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this movie. It's not one of my favorites, but I do. It's watchable and I like it. Age of Ultron's still not that watchable. That movie
sucks. Although I appreciate that they killed off Quicksilver, and I think the reason they did it. I think the reason they killed off Quicksilver is because the X-Men movies were their own thing at the time, and they have their own Quicksilver, and they knew we are not going to be able to outstripe their Quicksilver. Their Quicksilver's too good. We got to get rid of our Quicksilver.
I know, which kind of, well, rumor has it they're bringing him back in the Scarlet Witch show coming out soon.
The shitty Avengers Quicksilver who's super boring, or the good Quicksilver from the X-Men movies?
I don't know yet.
Because they now own both of them, right?
Yeah, so they can bring either one back. So it would be interesting to see if Evan Peters Quicksilver comes on. I doubt it would be him. It'd probably be the other.
Yeah.
Probably. See, who knows? You never know. They own everything now. Disney owns everything.
No, that's
Edgar Wright. That's his name. Edgar Wright.
Edgar
Nailed
Wright.
it.
No, I was thinking of
That's the guy that.
Nick,
the guy who does all this.
Nick Frost, I think.
He's the guy in the movie. Yeah, Edgar Wright's the director though.
Yeah, I was thinking of Nick Frost though. I didn't realize you were talking about Edgar Wright. We were thinking about different people.
Yeah, we were. We did it though.
But yeah, now that they have the X-Men movies, I mean, bring in good Quicksilver.
They could.
And then have Scarlet Witch.
Shit, Ian McKellen could fly through a fucking portal and just be like, "I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm your dad, dude. What's up?"
I mean, yeah, do it. Fuck it. Yeah, go fucking nuts with it.
Probably Michael Fassbender, but they could literally
fucking
do whatever.
Go fucking crazy with it. Now they have a great opportunity to go absolutely bonkers.
They could look at Hugh Jackman and be like, "We will give you whatever dollar amount that you want. I'm back and do like 10."
He's like, "All right, but I get a dance ballet," and they're like, "Yeah, we saw that coming." Well, he's a ballet dancer.
He did say that he would come back for a Hulk versus Wolverine movie, so that could be a thing.
Oh my god, I don't even like the Hulk, and I would watch that.
I would 100% watch that. That'd be so good.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't like Civil War. That's the moral of the story.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but the comics
watched,
really good.
I watched the first and second Captain America movie with the lady friend the other night, so I was like, I might as well watch the third one.
I didn't like either of those either.
Really? Winter Soldier's like my favorite MC.
It's so boring.
I love it.
I think it's so boring. I like Captain America when he's with the other Avengers, but I don't like any of his actual movies.
You know, a lot of people don't. He's just punch and kick guy. I'm like, yeah.
No, I mean, like, I like Captain America as a character. I don't care that he's punch and kick guy. I mean, what's really the difference between him and, like, I don't know, Spider-Man or something? They're both punch and kick guys. But, like...
Spider-Man's got the webby boobs.
Yeah, but, you know, not naturally.
It's just memory.
Yeah, but yeah, the fact that they have, if they, Spider-Man crossover, Spider-Verse, real people.
Oh, yeah.
They could do it.
Rumor has it that what the Spider-Man movie is going to be about. They're filming it right now.
Are you shitting me?
We'll find it.
Oh my god, I'd watch the fuck out of that. Oh, that sounds amazing. If they do it like like WB did the fucking Flash crossover, Crisis on Infinite Earths, they like bring in like you could bring in Andrew Garfield, I guess. Who am I thinking of? What's his name? God damn it.
That's the rumor. Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, thank you. Yeah, if they bring in Tobey Maguire, and then do they Spider-Man together?
Rumor has it that's a plan. Yep.
Oh my god. My god.
That's the rumor right now.
Oh, Disney, don't go bankrupt before that movie. You can go bankrupt after that movie, but make that one.
It's filming right now. They're filming it right as we speak.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, I'm excited about that. Now Disney has to live a little longer.
But it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed.
Oh, okay.
But
probably because they're worried about the bankruptcy problem. My fucking camera's not focusing. Hey, fucker.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see some cool stuff coming out. Getting dry. So dry.
Okay. So are we ready to go on to the next thing?
Let's move right along. The next thing is Fantastic Beasts and where to find them.
Oh god, I forgot I even added this. All right, yeah, let's get okay. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a prequel to the Harry Potter movies. I think written by J.K. Rowling. And it takes place in, I think, the 1920s, where a British wizard comes over to America to study magical creatures, and then a horrible parasitic magical creature called an Obscurus goes crazy in the middle of the city and just like rips shit up, all while we're in the shadow of the we're in the shadow of the legendary wizard duel between Gellert Grindelwald and Albus Dumbledore. However, they have Johnny Depp cast as Grindelwald, who he actually does appear in this movie briefly as spoilers. And I hear he's been kicked from the franchise because of the Amber Heard controversy.
Yep, that happened yesterday or something like that. Yeah.
That he got kicked from the franchise?
Yep. That's like been confirmed. Yeah.
Oh, did he really? Well, that's such a shame.
They're probably gonna get recast.
Yeah, that's such a shame because he didn't fucking do it. So, and there's proof of that.
Well, wasn't there a second movie?
Yeah, there's this. Yeah,
right.
Crimes of Grindelwald. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe they'll get him back.
Yeah.
Poor Johnny Depp.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. James Gunn came back after his controversial tweets. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, and James Gunn's controversial tweets are way worse than getting beat by your wife and then accused by your wife of beating her. So,
boy, if we all have been there.
Yeah.
Just me.
Oh, poor Johnny Depp. He's doing he actually lost his libel case in the UK because the judge according to the judge, like, threw out all of his court evidence. And was one of the direct quotes from the wife was from the judge that saw the case was, you have to believe, you have to support women and you have to believe all women. And he probably just injured himself. And it's like, oh, wow. Wow. Are you fucking with me right now?
And
so
that's the law we work with.
Yeah, so they're fucking appealing to that. But who knows how that's going to happen because the UK court system is fucking broken. We all remember that guy that got fucking sent to jail for the Hitler joke. So.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Johnny Depp. We'll see you in the next movie that we need you in.
Yeah. Oh, he also got kicked out of Pirates.
The Lone Ranger 2. Yeah, that's how that goes. I'm like, wow.
Anyway, I guess the reason I'm talking about
movie.
Johnny Depp and the unfortunateness of him ever meeting Amber Heard was because Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a fucking boring-ass movie where nothing interesting happens, and I had to close my eyes for a solid 10 minutes of it because there were giant bugs, and I don't like bugs, and they scared the fuck out of me. And yeah, it was just generally not interesting. Also, it was filled with anachronisms. I like the Statue of Liberty is like pure green, where I feel now I'm not 100%, but I feel like it should have been more of a bronze color. At least there should have been splotches of bronze. Like they clearly just used a modern Statue of Liberty. And the head of the here's like the biggest like confusion from it is that like the head of the magical like American Association in this movie is a like a black woman. Now, nothing against black women, but this movie takes place in the 1920s. So there's zero fucking way I believe that would ever happen in the 1920s. I mean, like nowadays, if like this was like a modern like 2010 movie and it's like, oh, this is the President of Magic, I'd be like, cool. But like in the 1920s, that seems unlikely. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to touch on it. But it's weird that like I feel like they're doing it for an inclusivity thing because because they did a similar like J.K. Rowling did the same thing with Dumbledore. She like made Dumbledore gay, but then even though Dumbledore appears in these previous like movies, apparently they don't show Dumbledore being gay at all. They just completely gloss over it. So she just like confirmed it in like a tweet and then ignored it. And so people got a lot like really angry at her. A lot of controversy surrounding this movie is what I'm saying. And it's not warranted because this is a bad movie and it's boring. Ezra Miller's in it though. So I feel like Ezra Miller. I should leave this. We should leave this film.
I saw that. I saw it once, watched half of it, and then turned it off.
Yeah, that's the appropriate
Well, I
amount
don't
to have
think I need to
watched in
watch
this movie. Although I will say the best character in this movie is a nomad or a muggle, if you will, man who just wants to own a bankery, and then he gets like unfortunately roped into this like dumb magic situation, and he has like this relationship with this legitimens named Queenie, and the relationship is super cute. So. Oh my god! But I have to make this fucking complaint. I have one more complaint about Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, because at the end of the movie, the main character gives a vial of venom that was mentioned previously, called Shrieking Death, I think, or something like that, to the Rock, which creates a storm cloud and distributes it to the water. The movie did set this up properly. He did say that if properly diluted, he believes it can be used to erase bad memories. The problem I have with this is that, one, he specifies bad memories, and I don't think seeing a giant bird is necessarily a bad memory for most people. And two, this venom is distributed via rain. But there are scenes of people having their memory erased inside of buildings. What?
That doesn't make sense.
No, it does not, does it? Like, there's a scene of like a man taking a shower, and he's like looking at his wife, and you see his like memory get erased, and I'm like, nope. Nope, that's what? How is this venom getting into people inside houses? So yeah, bad movie. And yeah, just bad movie. And apparently there's like 1,000 controversies that I didn't realize I was going to talk about it. Anyway, what's it next?
It's topical stuff.
Yeah.
Topical stuff. The next on our list is drumroll. Requiem for a Dream. Came out in 2000.
Boom! Requiem for a Dream. Who would have guessed? I didn't put up the slide because I didn't realize you were going for a drum roll.
Oh, the drum roll.
J.K. Rowling or George Lucas? J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling's a turf.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. George Lucas might be worse.
Oh,
He's
as a
always,
writer? George Lucas
he
is definitely
him like anything.
George Lucas is definitely a better writer than J.K. Rowling. Like, George Lucas has a lot of terrible ideas, but I feel like I see where he's going for in a lot of his ideas. And he at least has more respect for his original source material than J.K. Rowling, who just likes to retroactively change things for brownie points. But I thought we were comparing them as a person, in which case I'm still guaranteeing you it's George Lucas.
I'm going to go have a beer with him.
I'd have a beer with George Lucas. I think that'd be an interesting.
Yeah,
he actually seems like, as long as he's not on like a crazy movie bender, he actually seems like he'd be a pretty cool guy to talk to. Like, he's very passionate about what he makes, is what I'll say.
Yeah, like, tell me about the Ewoks, George.
I'd be like, oh, let me tell you all about them. They rhyme like poetry.
Wicked. So yeah,
Requiem for a Dream.
It stars Jared Leto, Liv Tyler. Oh, sorry, not Liv Tyler. Jennifer Connelly. I always get them mixed up all the time. Marlon Wayans and Ellen Burstyn. Here's that. Remember I said we were going to talk about Oscar upsets. Ellen Burstyn plays the mom in this movie who gets like addicted to diet pills and then hallucinates the entire movie. And she has one of the best like performances I've ever seen out of any actress in my entire life. And she lost to fucking Julia Roberts, Erin Brockovich for best female lead.
In what movie?
In this movie, and Erin Brockovich.
No. What movie did she lose to for best performance?
For this movie.
Oh,
yeah.
So someone from this movie lost to someone from this movie.
The mom, Ellen Burstyn.
Okay.
Burstyn. Yeah. She lost to fucking Julia Roberts, Erin Brockovich, which that movie is god awful. And this movie is probably one of the best movies I've ever fucking seen in my life. It's ridiculous.
Okay. So hang on. I think I might have missed that. You said this entire movie is a hallucination, or she's just hallucinating throughout the movie?
So she is. Yeah, she is, because the whole thing's about like drugs and stuff like that. Like all four of the main characters, Jared Leto's character, his mom, Jennifer Connelly's character, and Marlon Wayne's character, they're all drug addicts.
Okay.
They do heroin, they do cocaine, they smoke weed,
Good drugs.
and the mom gets a letter saying that she's gonna be on TV. So she's like, I want to lose some weight. So she starts taking these like diet pills, whatever. But they always say they take these at the right times, like don't fuck it up. And she ends up fucking it up and taking too many at once, and then she gets addicted to these pills. So she literally just starts like going like that shit fucking crazy. By the end of the movie, like she is like nuts, like crazy. Like it's one of the best performances I've ever seen out of any female lead in my life, and I don't know how ridiculous. But
Oh no, go for it.
no, you go. I have my thoughts. But,
Oh no, I feel like your thought's way better than my thought.
Oh, yeah. So, like each one of these characters gets like something like kind of like fucked up happen to them like throughout the movie at the end. um, so they start actually selling drugs at one point, and then they get busted selling said drugs. And then they end up getting all their money stolen from said drugs. So they start basically like withdrawing because they don't have any of their drugs left. So it leads into like a whole bunch of different like fucked up things like right after that. Like they try to get drugs like random place and like they almost get shot. Then they like they have to go down the floor to like pick a whole bunch of shit up. That's when the ending is basically. So spoilers if you haven't seen this movie. I'm just gonna go right into
Spoilers.
spoiler alert.
We should get like a spoiler graphic, like you hit it and it's like spoilers, alerts. It's just that. It's just me saying that. But like we take an audio clip of you also saying that and then we sync them.
Oh, that would be super easy to do.
Yeah.
That would take like 10 minutes stuff. So yeah, by the end of this movie, they're all withdrawing. So Marlon Wayne's character and Jared Leto's character, they take a trip down to Florida to pick up drugs. Meanwhile, his mom's going fucking nuts, and she shows up to the TV thing, like just off her shit. Like she's like, just keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. Like her eyes are all crazy and stuff like that. They end up taking her to a mental hospital. That's kind of like where her story ends. Like she's just like drooling in a fucking mental hospital because she's nuts now. Jared Leto, Jared Leto's character and Marlon Wayne's character, they end up getting picked up by the cops and stuff like that. And meanwhile, Jared Leto, this entire movie, like Jared Leto's arm's been like kind of like infected. So now it's at the point where it's like just pure pitch black almost. Like, yeah, it's like disgusting. Like, so they end up having to cut his arms, and that's when the movie kind of ends for him. And Marlon Wayans gets stuck in jail. And Jennifer Connelly is my favorite. So while they're gone, Jennifer Connelly meets up with a dude who sells, which she was told not to go to. He's the womanizer, I guess. Ends up being Keith David, which is one of my favorite parts of the movie, where he just randomly shows up at this movie. So basically, she has to do sexual favors for him in order to get drugs. And then her ending of the movie is he's like, well, if you want more, you have to go to this party thing at my house. Ends up being like this giant like sex ring type thing. I don't know what you would call it. Where she has to double dong with another girl while they're all yelling at her. There's a crowd of men around her, like yelling.
Oh, is this the butt to butt dildo scene?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I know about that scene.
Yeah. And that's what they're yelling ass like for part of it, and they're just yelling come for the rest of it. It's hilarious. But yeah, so this movie doesn't end with a happy ending, and these characters don't get their happy ending because they just want their drugs.
Yeah,
this movie is a 10 out of 10 for me. It was really good. If anyone has a chance to watch it, I highly recommend it. It's not a super long movie. I think it's like just under 2 hours, something like that. Hour 42, and it's not boring at all. It's some of the best cinematography I've seen in like any movie ever. Like it's definitely a must see.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of this movie partially for the butt to butt dildo scene, but also like everything I've heard about this movie has been like positive. I often hear it as cited as one of the best movies ever. So, yeah, I mostly it's just praise that this movie gets.
And it's well deserved praise too.
Yeah.
Like this movie is so good from beginning to end. There's like not a bad part in this. I can't pick out anything. That's why I had to give it like literally like a masterpiece status.
Okay.
The music's good. The sound design's like really good in it. The acting is great. The script's good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's literally.
Oh wow, high praise.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
All right, we ready to move on?
Let's move on to drum roll.
Dang. Oh God.
Where the Hood
Okay.
At?
DMX's song "Where the Hood At,"
Which is my favorite topic of the night.
yes. Where the hood at? All right. So first thing I want to talk about the song "Where the Hood At" by DMX. Oh, it is the Hood. It is "Where the Hood." Why do I keep thinking it's the Hood? Does he say the Hood in the song?
I mean, it sounds like he's saying it.
No, it's "Where the Hood." Oh, I'm crazy. Never mind. Yeah. Anyway, "Where the Hood At" by DMX from the album Grand Champ, produced by Toonheads. First thing I want to say, this is a DMX song. I am going to read 2 verses from this song, and they are incredibly offensive. And I just want to give everyone a warning that these are incredibly offensive lyrics, but this is part of why I want to talk about this. Not to call out DMX, but because the 2 verses I'm about to read are from the same song. All right.
I will be using my bleep if need be, because I'm going to read along with you.
Okay. So this is verse 1 of "Where the Hood At." Again, I just want to say that I do not support these lyrics, nor do I agree with DMX. These are incredibly offensive. But I listened to the song. I've heard the song before, but I listened to the lyrics for the first time recently, and I could not believe my ears. So verse 1, man, cats don't know what it's gonna be, fucking with a expletive like me. D to the M to the X. Last I heard, y'all, expletive, was having sex with the same sex. I show no love to homo thugs. Empty out, reload, and throw mo slugs. How ya gonna explain fucking a man? Even if we squash the beef, I ain't touching your hand. I don't fuck with chumps. For those who've been to jail, that's the cat with the Kool-Aid on his lips and pumps. I don't fuck with expletive that think they broads. Only know how to be one way, that's the dog. I know how to get down, know how to bite, bark very little, but I know how to fight. I know how to chase a cat up in the tree. Man, y'all, expletive, the business for fucking with me, is you crazy? Okay, first off, I'm sorry for reading the offensiveness of those lyrics, but basically what he is talking about in this verse is, I first off think that he conflates gay men and trans people in this, but this is DMX. No one can expect him.
When the song came out, like 98, right? Something like that.
2003.
Oh wow, okay.
2003, which is a pretty long time ago. And the world was a lot less inclusive back then. But also, this is DMX.
That is true.
So
it is DMX.
This is also DMX. So, but what he's basically saying is, like, he doesn't like or respect gay people. And I do want to point out that at one point he mentions the cats with the Kool-Aid on his lips and pumps. This is a thing people do in prison. They take Kool-Aid packets and they take the little powder and you place them on your lips so your kisses taste sweeter. Jail stuff.
What?
That's true.
What?
Yeah, no,
is that real?
Yeah, why do you think that one of the lines is, for those who've been to jail, that's the cat with the Kool-Aid on his lips and pumps? DMX knows.
I guess so.
Because no one wants to kiss a man who doesn't have Kool-Aid on his lips, John. Nobody does.
I'll keep that.
That's
keep
why
that noted.
That's why I color my lips exclusively with purple Kool-Aid. So that
Maybe
all
mystery
the
flavor? Come
ladies
on.
want me.
It was like, wow, you're so sweet.
Yeah. It's like, wow, it tastes like purple. And I'm like, yeah.
I'm gonna do that next time my girlfriend comes over to see what happens.
Just see what happens. Use some prison tricks, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna put some Kool-Aid on my lips, see if I'm more kiss.
Yeah. She'll like it.
It's gonna
Everyone
be
likes
all
it.
my mustache. Yeah, come on.
You just dye your beard purple with Kool-Aid. You going through a phase?
I'm gonna do it.
No?
I'll
Don't know what you're talking
post
about.
it to my Instagram. It'll be my Instagram story of the night. Me
Careful
getting
you don't
caught.
awaken a fetish, though.
That's true.
You gotta watch that.
I didn't know it was a demon. I didn't know a fetish was like a demon. Don't awaken it.
No, it is. Yeah, no, you can see something and be like, I didn't know I was into that. But now, John with Kool-Aid beard, that's the only thing I can feel.
What she said earlier, she's like, "Oh, old men that think they're right is my fetish." What?
So
I'll get that.
that's verse 1, you know. Offensive, doesn't like or respect gay people. Sure. Let's bring us on to verse 3 though, which is because when I was listening to the song, really listening to it for the first time, I was like, God, that's a really offensive verse. I'm not a fan of that. And then I really listened to verse 3. I get tapes doing times, stomp expletive, like grapes making wine. That's actually pretty. That's pretty good imagery and reference there. I like that play on words. 5 CDs with mad rhymes. Don't hit me with that positive shit. I know you lying. You really want to stop expletive from dying. Stop expletive from trying, 'cause I ain't really got that time to waste. And I thought I told you to get these fucking bums out my face. Looking at you in your grill, I might be nice to cut. Once I split your ass in 2, you'll be twice as butt. Yeah, you right. I know your style, pussy, 'cause I'm fucking it. Since we all right here, you hold my dick while he's sucking it. Motherfucker, don't you know you'll never come near me? Shove your head up your ass. Have you seen shit clearly? Never heard that D be runnin', because D be gunnin'. I beat my dick and bust off in your eye so you can see me coming. Empty clips and shells are what I leave behind, and they get me with the joint, they hit me with the 3 to 9. There's a lot to unpack with this verse.
I never knew these lyrics were so long until today. I didn't know there was like this many words in that song until.
There's a lot to unpack with this. First off, let's dissect this. The play on words of "get your bums out of my face," and then on the next line, "once I split your ass in 2, you'll be twice as butt," is very clever. There's a lot of clever wordplay in this. However, "split your ass in 2" is of course. Or split your cheeks, if you will, is of course a prison slang for having anal sex with a man. And of course, this line right here, "I know your style, pussy, 'cause I'm fucking it," is of course a reference to a more submissive man's asshole being referred to as a boy pussy. So here we see DMX is talking about having anal sex with a man, where the man is on the receiving end. And then here, the next line, "since we all right here, you hold my dick while he's sucking it," we of course have the same symbolism of after he has had anal sex with this man, he then presents his dick to the man to hold, while another man fellatiates DMX. Motherfucker, don't you know you'll never come near me? Shove your head up your ass. Have you seen shit clearly? First off, this is a great play on words of DMX, of course, talking about how he's going to put things in perspective for you, that of course DMX is the dog and he is the top dog, but also it's a clever play on words about your head being up your ass, so you're seeing shit. because there's shit up your ass. So that's clever. Never heard that D be runnin' because D be gunnin' is an interesting play on words. And now that I'm analyzing it, I wonder if D refers to your dick, which could imply that a man is trying to run away with his dick out. And D, of course, in the second line would be referring to DMX being like, you ain't running from me, bitch. We split them cheeks. And it ends with a great play on words of, I beat my dick and bust off in your eyes so you can see me coming. Coming, of course, a play on words between coming with you, implying an ejaculation, and coming as in, I am approaching you. You can't run away with that dick. So, to basically surmise, this is a verse where DMX has anal sex with a man, then makes the man hold his dick while another man sucks his dick, then chases after a man whose dick is out, and then comes in the man's eye. And this is the third verse of the same song, Where the Hood At? And I will remind you that verse 1 was about how DMX does not like or respect gay people. And if you have ever had sex with a man, he cannot like or respect you. How did this make it past editing? How is this the same song? This isn't even two different songs. This is the same song.
I think this is a song where he starts out where he doesn't want to admit it. And by the end of the song, he's like, by the way, I'm gay.
By the way, I'm super fucking gay.
Here's the full detail of my time in prison.
I could not, but when I listened to these lyrics, I could not believe that verse came after the first verse of this song. Oh my God.
I've never heard this song unedited, so that's why I never thought twice about it. Now that I'm reading this, it was edited because they should have taken this entire fucking song out. It would have just been with a hood, with a hood, with a hood.
Well, we all know that part. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, I've heard the song. I've never listened to this song. Oh my God.
I'm going to listen to the song after we're done. Because now I need to hear this.
Now you need to hear it. Yeah, it's very offensive, but what the fuck?
It's offensive at first, and then it's like a Hitler speech, you know? It's like, I hate everyone, but let me tell you how much I love other people.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I just like, well, what's the middle one about?
The middle verse? Oh, I remember the middle verse being a lot less interesting. Here, let me pull up the tab again. I closed it. Verse 2.
I have it right here.
Once it's on, I come through, guns is drawn. Blam, blam, lungs are gone. Sons will mourn from dusk till dawn. Nighttime belongs to the dog. On the street past midnight, look for 'em in the morgue. Don't play with these cats, 'cause I got nothing to say to these cats. This man just rhymed cats with cats. For the mothers that really do love 'em, please pray for these cats. He rhymed cats with cats with cats. 'Cause I know, expletive, is hard-headed, but I ain't got the patience. Don't want me having no patience turn into more patience. That's actually clever, but that also just followed him rhyming cats with cats with cats. So I think it's less clever. More trips to the ICU, 'cause I see you trying to get away with shit a real expletive wouldn't do. Where my dogs at? Right here. See them, expletive. Right where? Get 'em, boy. Right there. That's how we do. All right, then. This is for my dogs. This is for my dogs. Yo, where we at, baby? Creeping through the fog.
Creeping through the
fog. Wait, why is there fog in the hood? Does DMX live in Silent Hill? Oh my God, this sounds like a Silent Hill revelation where it's like, I don't like or respect gay people. And then fucking DMX ends up in Silent Hill, and at the end he's like, oh, you're right, Silent Hill. Thanks for teaching me an important lesson. I am gay. From Pentel to... Yeah. Yeah, it parallels the journey of James Sutherland. From now till then, don't ask me how. Know that we gon' roll them expletive and hit every block on the job. Well, that wasn't great, but no wonder I didn't remember verse 2.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I hate gay people. I'm going to shoot someone. By the way, I'm gay.
By the way, I'm super gay. I love gay sex. You literally can't run away from me. I will chase you.
And then come on you.
Yeah, and then come in
Like,
your eye.
You will not escape. You will not escape the cum. Well, that was I knew I was gonna love this part of the show.
Just because I brought up music for the first time ever.
You did, and it was like this song. I like heard this song, but I was like, why does he want to talk about the song? And like I pulled up the lyrics, so I'm like, I'm not gonna read any of these lyrics. Save it for that moment, and I'm glad I did.
Oh my god, yeah. I had to talk about this.
I had no idea about any any of these verses. I just remember like the chorus.
Yeah, I mean there's I've seen like other people talk about it now that I've like really like deep dived into this, but I feel like this is like a sort of open hip hop secret, and I wanted to bring this to a wider audience of people who have heard the song but never really realized what the fuck DMX is talking about.
This song is 5 minutes long.
Yeah, it's a pretty long one.
That's like the longest rap song I ever recorded, probably.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not even close. Lil Wayne's like 10,000 bars is like 20 minutes long.
Is it really? Oh.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's the longest rap song ever recorded. I just happen to know it's 20 minutes long. It's also I don't think 10,000 bars, but it's a good name for a song. Reportedly, interesting thing about Lil Wayne's song 10,000 Bars is that I think this was like the early 2000s. Lil Wayne walked into the recording studio with like a notebook full of lyrics, and he had a bunch of like beats that he rapped over, and reportedly Lil Wayne rapped everything he'd ever written down and then threw away the notebook, and then reportedly never wrote down any lyrics since then, and he always raps off at the top of his head.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact about Lil Wayne, while we're talking about rap music, before we get into the last two topics, what I'll say about Lil Wayne is that if Lil Wayne is trying, and he's sober, and he wants to, he is like a master of his craft. There is a verse that he did on a song called Bloody Mary, where he rhymed... Like, he kept the same rhyme scheme through the entire fucking verse, and it is the most insane, like, it's one of the most insane feats of rap I've ever seen. Like, it is nuts. I'll post it in, like, my Discord in the music section. Like, you have to fucking hear this. He rhymed the entire verse. It's fucking nuts.
That's pretty dope.
But then there's also times where Lil Wayne is incredibly high on drugs. And he rhymes, and that's the Lil Wayne that is terrible. And you're like, yeah, wow, you just rhymed the same word with itself 7 times in a row, Lil Wayne. And he's like, I'm Lil Wayne.
Yeah. That's a Lil Wayne I know.
Yeah. The Lil Wayne that's incredibly, like, that is not trying at all. Yeah, I always feel like it's a toss-up.
The one that quits the Blink-182 tour. That's one I know.
I always feel like it's a toss-up between whether you're going to get good Lil Wayne or, like, bad Lil Wayne. I feel like you can tell. Like, if Lil Wayne is on a track with a good rapper, he will bring his A game. If he's on a track with a shit-tier rapper, you know you're going to get bad Lil Wayne. And I remember he was on a track with like some really shit like mumble rapper. I think it was I don't know if it was actually a mumble rapper. I think it was like 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz sucks. I'm willing to call 2 Chainz out. But I don't know if it was. But like Lil Wayne's it kicks over to Lil Wayne's verse, and he's like leaning back in like a pool chair, and he's like floating in the water, and he has like a beer with him, and he looks up and he's like, I'm fucked up. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting bad Lil Wayne this song. And guess what? We got bad Lil Wayne that song. When the first line is, I'm fucked up. you know exactly which Lil Wayne has arrived today, and it is not the good one.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like, sorry, you're not worth a game, Lil Wayne.
I got too much Zerp in my system.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's it for my Sax Rap Hour. So I think we're ready to kick over to.
My musical feature of the month. I just can't stop thinking about the fucking song now.
It's ruined now.
Hey,
Now you
Gaze.
just always think about it.
Hey, Gaze, by the way, Capstan, the album from last year, it came out last September. Restless Heart Keep Running. I just found this CD randomly after one of my other CDs finished, and this band came on. I was like, oh, they have a nice sound, and I checked them out. And started listening to the CD. Now it's like a preferred CD in my playlist. It's a good. They kind of sound like better. I don't know, better Day to Remember, I guess. Except for they're not rapists. So that's me calling out a Day to Remember. You called out Lil Wayne or 2 Chainz, whomever. I'm gonna call it a Day to Remember because they're fucking rapists, and if you like their music, you're probably a rapist too. I said it, I don't care. That's live.
I
It's
always like
actually
to
a super long
separate the
album.
art from the artist. Has always been my
Yeah,
policy.
I try to, but if it's a whole band being shitty, kind of hard to
Yeah.
listen to them anymore. If it's like one of them and they kick that person out, I'm like, I'll still, because that happens all the time, especially nowadays for whatever reason. But just the entire band being shitbags, I'll have no part of that. It's a pretty long album. There's actually a 13 album track with only like one instrumental, which is at the intro. I mean, I'm not gonna go super into it. It has songs that are happy. It has songs that are sad. Some recommendations if you like. It's more singing than anything. It's more like it's like a pop punk album almost. But they mix some like heavier elements to the songs. That's why I like it a little bit more. Because it's like the best of both worlds. You know, you got your peanut butter and your jelly. Then it's a nice little sandwich right there. It's good, and like the guys, the vocalist does both the singing and the screaming parts, and then one of the guitarists does some of the backing vocals too, which sound actually very well in tune with the vocalist singing as well. Some personal recommendations off this album. A second track, which is kind of the opening track, Abstracted. We'll always have Paris is another good song. 4 on it. There Is No Answer, which is a good song if you've ever lost someone close to you. Before the Sun is also a very good song. Hideaway is a nice little song for the ladies. Nice little acoustic joint. And then the last track, which is The Love That Remains. So very good CD. I'm kind of upset that it took me a year to find this, but excited for shows to start coming around so I can actually go see them live.
All right.
That's how my review. I gave it a solid 8.10.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
lyrically wise, it's very good. Composition of the entire album musically is very good. Like the guitars aren't boring. They actually like throw some like a little bit of metal riffs in there too. It's like very interesting. And they have like pop punk kind of like riffs and stuff too. It's not a boring album at all. Like every song's like almost a different genre, kind of.
Okay.
It's neat. I like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Check it out if you like that stuff.
What I will say, Restless Heart Keep Running sounds like a fucking JoJo stand.
It might be.
That it isn't. It is not. But it
Yeah.
sounds like it could be a JoJo stand.
It's it's funny that you bring up the title. Like the title is like literally the epitome of the whole album, like lyrically. Because it's about him like going through this experience but keep moving forward, like throughout all these like shitty things that happen to him. That's why I like the name of this album very well, because it fits with the entire theme of the album. If you look like with tracks like Fix and stuff like that, and like Indeligible, they really like kind of like stoke into that, and that's why like the last song it brings that lyric, Restless Heart Keep Running, into the mix as like the end of the actual CD. It's very well thought out lyrically with the CD. That's why I like it. I look more into lyrics than anything. I look at an album.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Um
Very good.
okay. I guess, are we ready?
We're ready.
All right. Then it is time for the final segment, I think. It is time for the final segment of the stream.
But not the final rant.
Huh? Not the final rant?
Final rant.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
we always have that one last rant.
Oh, yeah. The final segment of the stream, Anime Dartboard, the anime book club where we dive into the uncharted waters of my watch later list and pull out only the saltiest, least appetizing of the anime tuna for which to consume on the screen as some sort of distorted review mukbang. Of course, we have me, Sacrabalic, your anime guru, who has recently watched, I forgot to mention this in the opening, I've completed my 200th romance anime recently. I've completed my 200th romance anime, and of course, we have our shonen trash normie, ConquertheJohn. I'm sorry, you've changed your name to Ray. You've said.
Yeah, conquer the Ray.
Conquer the Ray. We have Conquer the Ray, our shonen trash normie over here, being dragged into the dark depths of the infinite black abyss that is artsy bullshit. As we have, who was this? This was Was this not Production IG? I believe this was Production IG, but I should have had this pulled up faster. This is me not thinking properly. The 1988 Studio Dean OVA, directed by Mamoru Oshii, famous for Ghost in the Shell and Skycrawlers. We have Mobile Police Force Patlabor. John, what did you think about Patlabor?
It's funny that you mentioned it was in the 80s, because this is one of the most 80s fucking animes I've ever seen in my life. Like, it is fucking quintessential 80s. Like, from the music, like, some of the things they say, and just, like, the overall look of the show, like, the animation style reminds me so much of, like, the real Ghostbusters, which is one of my favorite, like, cartoons of all time. Like, it was alright. Like, I didn't get super into it like the last thing we watched, the
Wizard Barristers.
Mm-hmm. Like, that sucked me into that world. Like, this, like, I watched it, I didn't hate it, but I also didn't like thoroughly enjoy it either. Like, it was more like it was there, you know. I do want to some things I want to point out. The theme song was pretty kick-ass. I liked it. It was very 80s. Mm-hmm. In episode 1, there's a sweet Voltron shot of like 4 people, which we only really see one of them throughout the next couple episodes. That was cool. There was robots.
Yeah.
Robots.
So, yeah, there's a land development project in Japan to basically turn a large portion of Tokyo Bay into a sort of livable metropolitan area called the Babylon Project. And in order to enable the development of this new artificial island, they create mechs called Patlabors, which can be used for all sorts of construction to, like, service work, or in this case, police force, as Patlabor crime has increased. Despite having an interesting plot that could be very easily tied into one of the main antagonists is, of course, environmental terrorists who believe that the construction of an artificial island in Tokyo Bay will damage the local ecosystem, which is totally reasonable. The show is mostly a sort of like dumb buddy cop show about a bunch of fucking goofballs fucking around in mechs, and it doesn't really get too serious, but I also felt like I didn't really engage with any of the characters or any of the story.
Yeah, me either. Yeah,
it like what action scenes were in there weren't great. The art style was very 80s, was very like 80s art style. I don't know. Overall, I thought, I'm going to be honest, I thought it was pretty boring. That is pretty
Yeah.
boring. Yeah, I thought it could have been a lot better. This, to be fair, this is kind of what I've come to expect from Mamoru Oshii. This is the what I expect from a Mamoru Oshii project is that it like shows up and then it's fucking boring as shit and then everyone jerks off onto it. Because everything Mamoru Oshii does is brilliant and genius, even though the man himself has admitted that he sometimes doesn't actually have a point he's trying to make, and he wants you to insert your own point into it. And the point I'm inserting into it is that there wasn't one. So I can't be wrong.
There wasn't, no.
Yeah, I
It
can't
felt
be
like,
wrong either because I got to do it. So fuck you.
It felt like 7 different stories kind of smushed together.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't have like any finale at all.
Yeah, there's a fucking random sea monster part of this, where there's a sea monster.
Oh, I have that. I have that in my notes. I have it as Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Yeah, because this reminded me of Godzilla.
Yeah.
He just comes out of the scene and he's like, man, and then he turns around and goes home.
Yeah, and then he just goes back into the water. Yeah.
There's also Ghost. Can't forget about the Ghost.
I remember the ghost not being real.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, I thought the ghosts weren't real.
Very small notes.
Okay.
I took very small notes because there wasn't really much to note.
Yeah, there was an entire episode where they investigated ghosts, but it was actually just a trick for them from their instructors to test their deduction skills. But hilariously, even though they were supposed to solve the mystery of the ghosts, what they ended up doing was solving not only the mystery of the ghosts, which was what the instructors intended, but also that there were no fucking ghosts. And the instructors were like, well, shit, you exceeded our expectations on this.
Well, case solved. You boys and girls can go home.
Yeah, you have made it through your fucking supplementary lessons. I forget what they're called. Probation. You're off of probation.
So I have 2 other notes. I have the weird remark when that dude was pulling on, like kicking that dude in the dick. Like I don't know if you remember it, but I had to write it down because I thought it was hilarious. Like there's a scene where a gentleman is like grabbing onto a dude's foot and then kicking the other dude in the dick to wake him up. He's like, "Stop that! I have a wife." And I thought that was like a funny, like just funny thing to say. Stop kicking me in the dick. My wife would be upset about that.
Yeah.
And then there was
my wife really likes me for my dick.
I guess, yeah. There's a line in episode 5 where someone off screen just yells, some bean curd, ya punk. That is the entire line. And it was really funny to me. And I was like,
I thought he was calling the punk a bean curd.
Yes, I don't that's why it doesn't make sense.
I think he was like, you're a bean curd, or you bean curd punk. Like, I think he was I remember that line. I'm pretty sure he called the punk a bean curd.
Okay, that makes more sense, because I thought he was just asking someone for some bean curd and calling them a punk. Like, I'm cooking.
You want some bean curd, punk? We got the best bean curd here in Tokyo.
But definitely, like, stop kicking me, like, stop it. Like, I have a wife. Like,
yeah.
While getting kicked in the dick, like, it's really funny too.
Look, his wife's a fucking size queen, obviously. I guess she
so.
Really likes that fucking honker, that hoagie, that salami.
Those are all my notes. That's all I have.
That's all you have. I, of course, didn't take any notes, and that's why I don't remember anything about this, because I watched it over a month ago, and it was so fucking boring and uninteresting that I barely remember anything about anything, other than the actual plot of this fucking show. By the way, they do not complete the fucking Babylon project at the end of this at all. But
they don't complete anything at the end of this.
No, yeah, it starts with the Sector 3, I believe, crew joining up, and they're like, okay, we have the Sector 3 crew, and then stuff happens, and then the show ends.
Basically, yeah. And like after the last episode aired on my phone, it went back to episode like something like that. And like I just kept watching because I thought it was another episode for whatever reason, because I wasn't keep track of the episodes. I'm like, wow, this episode's like super similar. And then I watched like another one. It was like episode 6, and it just kept like playing the
Excuse
same
me.
couple episodes over and over again. I'm like, I've seen these like twice. I'm like, oh, it's just like auto playing whatever bullshit now.
Yeah.
And it just kept playing like the two same episodes over and over again.
Okay.
So big up for that.
Any notes about? Well, yeah, that also showed there was one episode where I thought I was rewatching the same episode, and then I realized
Right?
no, it's a new episode. It was just had the exact same start as the previous episode. That did happen.
Oh yeah,
to me.
that was. I think that's episode 5 actually.
Yeah, I was like,
It was
is
like
this...
one of the. It was one of the later ones.
I was like, is this the same fucking episode? Did I fuck up somewhere? Did I watch in the wrong order? Nope, it's a new episode. What the shit? So we
I
couldn't
know they
even
reuse some stuff in anime, but
yeah, they couldn't
like, a
even
whole
like
scene?
make a new intro to a fucking
didn't.
episode. They just did the same. They didn't even have 7 episodes worth of thought put into this. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, this wasn't good. Speaking of which, though, this is probably pretty obvious. I put a little hint to this. Can you guess why Patlabor entered my radar to make it to the watch list in the first place?
Robot.
No.
I don't know.
Okay, so Mobile Police Force Patlabor is, in of itself, the OVA series is not popular or famous. What Patlabor is famous for is its second movie, which I believe is just called Patlabor 2, like Patlabor Movie 2 or something. Its second movie is considered an anime classic. And because I usually like to start series at the start of the actual series, that's why I put on the OVA series to better enable watching the Patlabor movies. So I actually did watch. I'm going to ask you this: did you watch the Patlabor movies?
I did not. I watched everything today because I like to be like refresh on it. If not, I'll forget it or lose my notes for it. So I did not. I was thinking about it because they do have those on VRV, so potentially watch this if I like this. So I'm probably, now that you have that recommendation, if it's actually good, I'll probably actually go.
Oh, I didn't make that recommendation.
Okay.
No. I did watch the Patlabor movies, though. And if you want to hear my opinions of the Patlabor movies, I'm gonna... you know how I said at the start of the stream, I had a little surprise for everyone.
Ooh,
John, I made another episode of Water.
You did.
I made the 10th episode.
Was it about
Water.
Patlabor?
It has the Patlabor movie reviews in it. All 3 of them. I reviewed all 3 of them. The last episode of Water, Water 9, was the 90s Sailor Moon episodes. The Patlabor movie reviews. It also has Oh Maidens in Your Savage Season, Rainy Coco, Assassin's Pride, Bokuben, at least that shit. It has at least those things. I might be forgetting something. But that episode went up 1 hour before we went live. So you can actually watch my opinions on the Patlabor movies right now. It is live on Shouting Through the Chorus. Episode 10, it's there. Oh, and 7 Seeds, which is my 200th romance anime I've completed. Unfortunately, it was 7 Seeds and not something that was actually good. But, so, yeah. Yep. I actually set it up to upload the episode. I worked super hard trying to edit this fucking video, by the way. I spent like 8 hours trying to get this up in time. Last night.
Yeah.
I was up all night editing this fucker to get this up.
Is that why you didn't stream last night?
No, I didn't stream last night because I had a prior engagement. I had to watch Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. That is the actual reason. The reason I didn't stream on Thursday is because I thought it would be too weird to stream on Thursday, but then not on Friday, but then podcast on Saturday. So I just didn't.
That's right.
Yeah, which is good because it let me get Boku done in time. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have been able to have finished that in an adequate amount of time either. But anyway, yeah, so the episode's up now. You can watch it if you want to see my opinions on the Patlabor movies. But no, I would not recommend them, long story short. But if you want to see a more detailed explanation of them, there you go. And with that, I think we're ready to spin the fucking wheel. Are we ready to spin this fucking wheel?
We are ready to spin the wheel.
All right, I've already paid...
mentioned... What? You already spent it?
No.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned projects in the works because I do have my series, which hopefully, if I actually get some stuff done this week, should be up by next week. It's called Retro Report, and it's actually on Luigi's Mansion, which is why I didn't talk about it too much. I got the intro, John. I have all the stuff clipped out. I just need to record all the audio and put it all.
Nice.
So we'll see how that turns out.
All right.
And
Are we ready?
I already have everything recorded for episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Spin the wheel.
I'm excited. Oh, I hope we get another good one. I could use a good one.
Okay. Bakemono no Ko is the lucky winner.
Oh, sounds interesting.
I think it's a movie, isn't it? The Boy and the Beast. All right. Let me get...
Sounds like Where the Wild Things Are.
Am I still on?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I dropped frames again for a second. All right. As long as the stream's fine, we're good.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So The Boy and His Beast. And let me go ahead and add in a new image source for that.
New one. Whenever I get a chance to actually rent the new Digimon movie, I'll probably do a perspective on it. Just because supposedly the end of that group of kids, even though they are doing a reboot of the series. But anyway, whatever. The reboot is actually vastly different from the original series, so I'm gonna do that because I feel like I need to. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, The Boy and His Beast. The Boy and His Beast is done by Studio Chizu. Who the fuck is Studio Chizu? Oh, they also made Wolf Children and Mirai no Mirai. So they exclusively make highly rated movies.
Okay. Alright. So they're kind of like Studio Ghibli.
Well, let's hope that they're better than that. So, Mirai no Mirai is an original movie. It is genre adventure supernatural. It is 1 hour 59 minutes long, directed by Mamoru Hosoda.
It's a long ass anime movie. Jesus Christ. 2 hours.
Who directed? Let's see if you directed anything important. A lot of key animation. I'm looking for Digimon Adventure movie, Digimon Adventure Bokuro no War game.
No shit. Okay. Full circle.
He directed a Gegege movie.
I mean, the animation does kind of look like the Digimon movie. So
directed Mirai no Mirai. Directed the 6th One Piece movie, which I don't think I've seen the 6th movie. Baron Omatsuri and the Secret Island. Yeah, no idea. He directed Wolf Children. He directed the opening of Samurai Clampu. That's a good opening.
But okay.
Yeah, directed Summer Wars. Okay, and he directed Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Fuck me. Okay. So this man is good at his job, then, is what we have just found out. This man makes some fucking bangers. And The Boy and His Beast has an average mouse score of 8.35. And as for why this movie entered my radar, it is because I have heard it is really good and it looks good.
It's like just from like the title card, it looks damn good.
So I don't know. I forgot to actually read it. My bad. God, it's already podcast 4. I'm already slipping. Two souls living very different lives wander alone and isolated in their respective worlds. For 9-year-old Ren, the last person who treated him with any form of kindness has been killed, and he is shunned by what is left of his family. With no parents, no real family, and no place to go, Ren escapes into the confusing streets and alleyways of Shibuya. Through the twists and turns of the alleys, Ren stumbles into the intimidating Kuma Tetsu, who leads him to the beast realm of Shibuten. For Kuma Tetsu, doesn't that mean Iron Bear? For Kumatetsu, the boy represents a chance for him to become a candidate to replace the Lord of the Realm once he retires. While nearly unmatched in combat, Kumatetsu's chilly persona leaves him with no disciples to teach and no way to prove he is worthy of becoming the Lord's successor. While the two share different goals, they agree to help each other in order to reach them. Kumatetsu searches for recognition. Ren, now known as Kyoda, searches for the home he never had. As the years pass by, it starts to become apparent that the two are helping each other in more ways than they originally thought. Perhaps there has always been less of a difference between them, a boy and a beast, than either of them ever realized. Written by Mal Rewrite. So it sounds kind of interesting. Sounds like a nice little heartwarming story about a sort of like master apprentice forming a sort of father-son bond. And just generally, it just looks like an interesting movie. I think I first came to attention to this movie from like an OVA I saw on YouTube. So,
well, maybe we'll have another hidden gem.
Maybe we'll have another not hidden gem.
We'll find out next.
This movie is not hidden. It has 155,000 ratings on Mal. Yeah, this would just be a gem. Okay. If this movie's good, it's not hidden. Gem. It's just a gem.
Just Jemmy.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be a Christmas episode. I'll be dressed up like Santa Claus.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a Christmas episode. Oh, okay. It will be a Christmas episode, but we're not gonna have a Christmas episode. Okay.
No.
I got worried. Should we? Well, I was gonna say, should we arrange like a Christmas movie? But the answer is no, because someone never even watched the Halloween movie. It wasn't me, by the way. I don't know if you got that.
The funny thing is, like, my girlfriend and I were sitting here. We're going through my Netflix, and I went through my list. I'm like, why do I have the Autopsy of Jane Doe in here? Why am I supposed to watch this? And then you run up to them like, oh, that's why.
Yeah,
completely forgot about it. Well, I mean, maybe we can watch like some Christmas type of show, like a quick anime movie or something.
I don't know any Christmas anime. The only anime I can think of off of Christmas is the Santa thing created by Ken Akamatsu, which I don't think is dubbed, and I don't know why anyone would want to watch it other than me, who is the hugest Ken Akamatsu fan.
Maybe there's a Digimon episode that's a Christmas episode.
Well, see, I can't watch an episode of Digimon. Because then I'd have to watch all of Digimon, because I don't drop anime, and I'm not going to watch all of Digimon. Having enough trouble suffering through Pokemon right now.
Why are you watching Pokemon?
So I've never dropped an anime. I'm going back and making sure, and watching all of the anime I've ever dropped, like all of it, so that I can say I've never dropped an anime.
Yeah, Pokemon has like 3 good episodes. All of them have Bulbasaur in it. Really,
there are some decent episodes of Pokemon, but yeah, it's a fucking slog. It is a challenge to get through these. But then when I'm But when I'm done, I'll be like, I've seen 1,000 anime, and they'll be like, yeah, how many have you dropped? Fucking none of them. And then people will be like, why? What is wrong with you?
I'll be watching One Piece till I'm dead.
Yeah. Oh, One Piece is wrapping.
Is it wrapping finally? Jesus.
Kind of, no. I mean, it's like it. There's not a lot left, according to Oda. So he said when we he said when we got to Wano, it's at like the 80% mark. So And he said Wano's going to be a pretty
Okay.
beastly arc. So it's just like Wano, and because Wano should be one of the final islands before the end of One Piece. So
Well,
we
it's
have
about time that-
Wano, we have Rastiel, we have the true final island. We have like the resolution of the plot. We probably still have to go to Giant Land, but yeah. So there shouldn't be too much more of One Piece left.
Oh, well, they stopped the English dub, so I won't finish that show.
Oh. That's a shame. One Piece is fucking amazing. One Piece is the greatest show
I
of
really
all
like
time.
it.
Yeah.
I do like it a lot, but I'm already used to the American voices.
Yeah.
If I started in Japanese, maybe, but
I did start
there's a lot of
Japanese.
filler.
Well, no, actually, technically, I started with the 4K's dub, the 4Kids dub of One Piece, but
Yeah.
yeah, we all remember that with the water guns and the balloon animals, and the Smoker just had lit matches in his mouth, which I think might actually be more dangerous than having a cigar.
I forgot about those awesome dubs.
Yeah.
I forgot how good they were. Yeah, so good.
They made progress too. They got to like episode 200 with them of the 4Kids dub.
Did they
got
really?
they got all the way to Skype. Yeah, it's to Skypea.
That's where I am right now. I'm like halfway through that.
Okay, all right. So you're getting into the goodest parts, the bestest parts. You're learning about the poneglyphs.
Yeah, like I think they just got there with like the last episode I watched. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched all the filler too.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you're getting into the poneglyphs and stuff, where we learn about the conspiracy of the Void Century, which is
I need to start watching that again.
what makes One Piece so fucking amazing. But anyway, yeah. So now we have it picked out. Everyone go watch the movie The Boy and His Beast if you haven't, and report back next month when we fucking talk about this. This will be on.
Yeah.
This will be on
December
December 5th. It looks like. Hopefully we won't need to postpone this. I might have something coming up early December. Hopefully we won't need to postpone the podcast. I've tried to arrange it around so it won't be necessary, but we'll see how it comes. I'll definitely like make post on it and alert you, Ray, about it. If
yeah. Keep forgetting my names right now.
Yep, you've officially changed. You're the artist formerly known as John. All right, I think we're good to wrap, right?
Yeah, we're ready to wrap. We're ready to rock. We're ready to roll.
Okay, and then it looks like next podcast, the December one, will be hosted on your channel.
It will. It'll be a nice little Christmas theme.
Yeah, so there'll be Bulbasaur, and say, I want you to find the most Christmas spider web you can get your hands on.
I was gonna put a snowflake. A singular snowflake.
Can you get a snowflake trapped inside of a spider web? Or can you find a snowflake that looks like a spider web?
It's possible, yeah. We can roll with some ideas, yeah.
Yeah. And so you'll also see Bulbasaur instead of Torchic.
Yeah. And maybe I'll try to find him with little Christmas.
Oh shit! Christmas hat Bulbasaur. Who knows?
Doesn't get any cute.
Anyway, yeah, I guess we're good to wrap. Any last minute things?
No.
Okay.
Trying to work on stuff.
All right. Well,
trying to get stuff done.
In that case, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Hope you had fun. I've been Sacrabalic, your envoy of hope.
And I've been Ray.